think I'll talk about.
Hello, we have started the stream. There you go. He doesn't think. He doesn't think what, Tiger? What do I not think?
Talking about getting rock hard.
Oh no, you can talk about getting rock hard. I just don't want you to not know that we're live as soon as you start talking about getting rock hard. Hello, stream. That's how we're beginning today's episode, with the thought of Tiger getting rock hard.
I don't think anybody's complaining.
I mean, no. Why would they?
Oh, they have plenty of reasons.
Why? It would be. It would
rock
be more
hard's a whole lot of nothing, like a tuna can.
But it would be way. I would have more to complain about if you couldn't get hard. You know what I'm saying?
But what if you ended up being the one that got hard when I got hit with the baseball bat?
I mean, I feel like that's probably already be a thing.
Yeah.
We've come into this stream, or the stream has come into this conversation halfway through and have no idea what we're talking about.
We're talking about the potential possibilities of getting hit with a baseball bat and getting rock hard.
Good, nice.
Yeah.
Rotato completely understands. He's in here.
Rotato knows all about it. He sends me weird midnight messages about how hard he is.
Oh man.
Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. This is the Wolves of Water. What the hell was that? That was my dog. Did you hear that?
I did hear it.
What happened?
Does he have a baseball bat?
I think he just hit someone with a baseball bat.
Brett gets invaded now on stream. No one knows what to do.
Oh god. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. This is the Wolves of Water, episode 2. The artwork has been updated. You may notice on the stream there how that looks pretty sick, doesn't it? Mr. Patrick Macchi, M-A-C-C-H-I. Is that right? Kiwo?
Yeah. I got a link to his Twitter.
Created some amazing artwork for us, which you can see on the screen. I did set up a much.
God, artwork's so sick.
Oh man, I just needed to.
Oh god,
you.
I'm
You just got fucking wrecked by Chaboy Bot. Hang on. I'll
You say Chipotle bot?
Oh.
Yeah, no, my bot is called Chaboy Bot. It was a weird thing that happened that day.
I'm still banned. Thank you.
I hope. Yeah.
You're telling me you don't ban me, you fuck.
I'm hoping that you never get unbanned. Oh mate, you are literally banned for 600 seconds. How do you even do it though? Unban? Kiwion? Is that how you unban someone?
Yeah.
This is how little I stream.
Well, I'm not.
You slash.
Oh.
No. Slash. Unban. Kiwion. I tried to get you guys. This is how every week we're gonna start this. Oh, there you go.
Hey, Brad.
I hate
You
streaming.
gotta do it again.
Oh my god. No, then. No.
This is.
So this is the Stockholm Syndrome thing we were talking about, right? Now she's getting excited about
It's alright, because
she got in trouble.
The VOD hasn't actually started yet. Like, I haven't pressed record, so this is just part of the live stream. I'm so prepared for this. I know, I can tell sometimes when people are going to be talking about, like, getting rock hard instead of, like, playing the game. So I'm
I
like,
want to know
won't
why
start
this is such a problem.
Oh, my little thing's in the background. Put him in the front. So anyway, what happened here is that we got some artwork, which is really cool. And next week I'll have some other things set up. I had like a thing which comes up and shows the backgrounds of each character as well as their stats and stuff. So it rolls into another screen, like a stat screen for each individual character. And then your little background that you've wrote, if you wrote one, will roll up the screen. I did 2 of them. Exported the video, but then fucked it up. Fucked it up is the answer there. And I had to just 5 minutes before the stream started create this looping background because it all moves and stuff. So it's like a video that plays. So we don't have it for this week, but you can see at least the new artwork, which is awesome. Each character is on there. So everybody go and check out Patrick, because he does some good shit. Anyway, if everyone's ready, we'll begin like the proper thing, the proper show. You up for it? You guys ready?
Proper show, yeah.
You prepared for episode 2?
I am.
Can we cheers, everyone?
Yeah, I have a drink too. I've got vodka.
Clink,
What?
clink.
Oh, you're actually drinking this time?
Yeah, I'm just getting utterly trashed today.
Oh, should I get the Kahlua out then?
Yeah.
I guess I can. I've just got a
Kahlua.
bottle of milk.
Sounds like
Kahlua.
a lure and Kahlua mixed. I like it.
It's a coffee liqueur.
Oh, I know what it is.
Mm.
Delicious.
It was just interesting.
I'm gonna have that.
What is anyone else drinking?
Water.
Yeah, water.
Delicious water.
Water.
I got a stream later.
Oh yeah. All right. I'll tell you what then. Let's begin, shall we?
Yes.
I'll give us all a little previously on The Wolves of Water. Episode 1, the group met in a town, well, it's more of a city called Luskan. It's a big, sprawling city, but it's kind of, how would you describe it? Kind of piratey?
Dirty, piratey.
Rough.
Yeah.
It's run by 5 ships and 5 captains who take the place of like nobility or a monarchy or any sort of democratic hierarchy is actually just run by these 5 captains. And you met with somebody called Peanut, who was supposedly part of the Rethnor ship. Captain Hartushan Rethnor employs people, and they're the lowest of the 5 ships that run the city. They're usually in charge of like town guard stuff and just hand-me-downs from the rest of the ships. And he gave the 4 of you a task. You'd only just met the 4 of you, and the task was to sort of look into sort of a conversation that you overheard. It's one of these weird things, actually. Sometimes I worry that I'm about to just say something that you don't know yet. It's one of the reasons I actually hate doing the previously thing, is because I know way too much to be able to do it. So I'm like, oh yeah, and this happened, and it hasn't. It's just a thing in my notes. So anyway, here. So the conversation that he overheard was in a tavern, he heard that somebody was potentially gonna sort out Captain Rethnor, and they said that they would offer this person 500 gold. It was a half-orc being spoken to by somebody in a long red robe with straightened black hair. So you guys set out to look into this a little bit more. I can't remember how much he offered you. Who remembers how much he offered you?
Wait, who? To do it, I think it was
300 apiece.
250? Oh, 300. Yeah.
Was it 300 each?
Mm-hmm.
Because you bartered it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said 500, I think, and then you kind of in between.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Because I don't think I jotted that down, or if I did, it's in my other pad. And then so you guys head out. You look around. You saw a thing in a sewer, but you ignored it. You looked into what was happening a little bit. You went to the Cutlass, which is the tavern in which they overheard the things that were being said, and I think Maina, which is our halfling, got into a little bit of trouble, though you managed to side skirt it. I think that was it, right? You didn't really get into any other trouble or anything like that with anyone.
I mean, I broke my nose.
Well, you
broke my
got
nose,
someone
so-
killed.
Yeah, I mean, you got someone killed because what you did was you stole from a dwarf, and the dwarf woke up, and you managed
She
to
stole from a dwarf.
You managed to convince him that it was another halfling, the halfling that actually gave you some information on this half-orc that you were looking for, and the dwarf went crazy and killed the halfling for stealing his drink, and then he was kicked out. So yeah, then you left, and I think the knowledge that you gained was that you were going to head back around dusk time to meet Olog, or to try and find Olog, the leader of the Willy Boys, a gang, and you think that he is the one who was speaking to the person in the robe and is the one that's, gearing up to do all of this nasty business. So you left. There was a little bit of a back and forth in the street with an old woman, about staying somewhere. Maina was sick, down Kaval's armor. Kaval dropped Maina, and that was how that was the first HP point lost as she broke her nose. So Maina has a broken nose. Kaval's covered in sick, and then the group headed towards an inn, which is known as the Seven Sails Inn. The Dragonborn of the group, Damien Darksparrow, had rented a room, and what we said at the end of last week was that basically we'll do like a little time skip to the tavern, to the inn, towards the dusk time sort of thing, because you're not really going to be doing a lot. So that's where we pick up today. Apologies for my rambling and slowness. I'm outrageously tired. That's what this alcohol is for. So, picking up exactly where we left off. Nope, almost exactly where we left off. The group are in the Seven Sails Inn, and that is a ridiculously high-end establishment, actually, considering where you guys are in this town, in Luskan. Far in the north, very chilly town, quite cold. There is there's the Cutlass where you went, and in stark contrast to the Cutlass is the Seven Sails Inn. We don't have a map on screen this week. I'm gonna try and sort out something to do with that next week. I don't have. Again, it all went wrong with my overlay, so if you want to find out what Luskan looks like, just look it up. There's loads of maps. But it's towards it's out of the rougher end of town, towards the north of the main portion of Luskan. And it's, again, a place of surprising quality. It's a big old wooden crested building, studded with windows that resemble weird shark fins, all these different shapes and stuff. Each window itself has a little window box with flowers planted in there, and they also provide sort of convenient handholds for climbers, people who are locked out of their rooms and things like that. The building is a big old huge timber-built thing, and the suites inside are very spacious. You'll be in one of these. The four of you will be in Damien's room, and there's just a whole hell of a lot of stairs and discreet walkways and things, because although it's a very high-end establishment, it's still in a very weird kind of rough town. So there's all sorts of secret passageways and doors and things that you might have heard about. But you will have entered through the main tavern area at the bottom and headed up to the first floor, which is where the room Damien rented. You have only a couple of hours left before they kick you out, Damien, because you only rented it for one night, and if you want to stay again, you'll have to pay 2 gold to re-rent the room, kind of thing. But for now, nobody seems to have kicked you guys out. You will have been in there for a few hours yourselves, because I think it was sort of early afternoon, and it will be about 8 p.m. now, and the sun is just sort of starting to set. We're in early autumn. You can hear the tavern, sort of the early evening tavern goers downstairs. There's a bard not quite as skilled as Leo, starts sort of softly strumming a delicate tune. And the crowd isn't quite ready for the ruckus of any late night performance just yet. So you can hear some people downstairs, but mostly you're in just a quiet room. Let's see what would have happened in the last few hours. I guess, Kaval, if you want, you can actually have had your armor washed by the staff at the inn.
So there's definitely room service here.
There's definitely room service, yeah. And for 5 silver, you can have taken off your armor and had it washed, and they'll essentially be doing that at the moment. If you would have done that when you first walked in.
Well, I think Maina should pay for it, quite frankly.
What? Pay for what?
You threw up. You threw up all over my bloody armor.
Look at my nose. You not think my nose is enough payment for this? You'll never
not
try
at all.
again. I can't breathe. My
5
nose is all
silver.
stuffed up.
5 silver. You deserved it. You were
I'll
asking
give you
for it
3.
this entire time. All right, hand it over.
I kind of toss the silver at her,
All right, well,
grudgingly.
remove 5 silver from your character sheet. I guess if you guys, I know you guys are kind of new and shit like that, but if you have any questions about things like how much silver do I have if I only have golds, then don't sit quietly. Feel free to just be like, Brad,
It's 10,
I don't
right?
know. But it is 10 gold to a silver, so you can, so you can adjust it to 5 silver
What is
and
money?
whatever gold you have left. What is money?
What is money?
So that interaction would have happened as you entered, and somebody offered to take any bits and bobs off of you, and they will have taken your armor. So Kaval, you'll just be in your common clothes at the moment, as the majority of your armor would have been taken and professionally washed. Presumably, Maina, you've washed your face of blood, or else it's just dry and crusted.
No, I've washed my face.
Have you got like anything shoved up your nose?
Mm-hmm.
I got tissues up my nose.
Couple of tissues up the nose.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, you guys have been chilling out for the day, I would presume. Does anybody go to sleep? Anybody have a nap?
I was thinking I would probably take a nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a short nap. Wait, we're in
Can
the
we all
same
just
room, right?
spoon?
Is there just one bed?
There is just one bed. Yeah.
I'm gonna dib it first. I'll just throw myself on the bed.
There'll be
I laid down right.
there'll be a fairly decent,
Hold the spoon.
fairly large bed because it's a dragonborn, so they would have given him a decent bed to sleep in. But there will be a like a divan, which is kind of like a futon kind of thing to sit on, which I guess you could sleep on as well. There's probably a table with a couple of chairs, so there's plenty of places for you to sit, rest, or at least 2 people can sleep fairly comfortably on the divan and the bed itself.
Yeah, I take the bed. Anyways, I'm laying there, taking my space.
You're just gonna get in his bed.
Well, I am. As soon as we enter the door, I'll be on it. So I am laying there.
I'm going to assume that I was laying in it, sleeping,
Ah.
and then he just got in it with me. So that's what I'm going to assume because I was already in the bed. I'm just going to go ahead and say that.
Okay.
Can
Well,
I
that's
just-
what I do. I take I have my feet on his face side. and I
Yeah,
lay-
top and tail.
but yeah,
Can I
did,
speak hold up
like-
at the foot like a dog?
discreetly just like wiggle in.
I guess
people
I'll
are saying
keep
it's
watch
quiet,
then.
though, everyone- People are saying that everyone but you are quiet, Brad. By the way.
Oh really? Yeah, I think you're extra quiet actually, Pony.
Okay, hold on. I'll turn it up. Yeah.
Alright,
so
I'm
I'm
just oh, there we go. I think
gently sneaking in under the sheets.
all right, there we go. I think that's better. Let me know if it's not. So you guys go to sleep. Wait, everyone goes to sleep?
I'm staying awake. I'm not sleeping in this place.
So just Kaval stays awake, and then the rest of them are like curled up in various places. I mean,
It's unbloody
Maina's a
believable.
halfling. She can fit like everywhere.
Just curled up at the foot of the bed like a cat.
I wish I could say that about myself.
All right, so Kaval, you sit and do whatever you want to do. You have some bananas now, and
I do.
because
weapon.
because of a hysterical mix-up with the actual Roll20 sheets, you managed to somehow add them to your inventory as a weapon last week. So I've made them into a weapon for you, which you can use. They have special properties. So for some reason, Kaval is proficient in the weapon of a banana, and essentially they have the ability to like trip people over and stuff like that. But also, you promised the little creature in the sewers that you would give him a banana. So of the bananas you have, remember to keep one back for him, unless you don't want to give him one. You could just eat them yourself. Spit on it. Spit on him. But the rest of you sleeping, I presume, Kaval, you'll see them all start to twitch and move in strange ways as they all share a very similar dream. They have the same dream all three of them that are asleep. Kaval's sitting there picking her fingernails, while the other three sit and, sleep. Sleep in a... And once they hit that REM stage, they find themselves in a dark, snow-covered forest under a full moon. There's no wind, no rain or falling snow. It's just very clear and very silent. And from out of the gloom, a giant white wolf appears, 20 foot tall, maybe higher. He walks towards you through the trees. The forest itself, deathly silent, apart from his heavy, padded footfalls crunching on the snow. You'll feel fairly calm, as before, and as you may have had this dream multiple times up to the beginning of this show. And you look upon him, and up on his head, on his forehead, there's a lightly glowing white-blue symbol. And just as you're starting to feel this calmness wrap around you and feel comfortable in his presence, he opens his jaws, not as if to attack, but as if he's maybe about to speak to you or communicate. And then each of you wakes up. Once again, you find yourselves here in the tavern, and you've had a fairly decent rest. I mean, technically, you've had a short rest. So, Maina could roll a hit die if you want to try and get that 1 HP back. But it's been a few hours now, and this is basically essentially where we'll truly begin today. Roughly 8 p.m. Dusk is falling, the sun's setting beyond the window. Kaval sitting there, possibly drunk. I don't know. It depends what Kaval's been up to.
No, I've just been sat there meditating, thinking about life and the awful things that happened earlier today in that goddamn tavern and why I'm surrounded by these fools.
And then the rest of you awaken after having this strange dream.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good evening.
Is it morning time already? Or is it eve? Oh.
Still dark outside, Maina. Use your eyes.
Well, I could have woken up really early in the day.
I stand up. I get out of bed. But before I do, I look over and I notice feet. I just see feet. And I don't pay any mind to it, though. I just ignore it and I just get up. And I start putting on clothes, by the way, because I wasn't clothed.
Of course.
I just kind of roll out.
Of course.
Onto the floor, and then stand up and stretch real big, kind of ruffle my hair, pull my cloak back up on, and start attaching like my daggers and stuff.
I take over the space that Damien left and just like expand. I'm like, Damien, you should wash your feet sometime.
Come again?
No, I'm just saying it was really hard to sleep in this bed with your smell.
Nice up, great.
I don't. Excuse me? Smell.
Mm-hmm. Smell.
I think that might have been your upper lip.
No, it was definitely your feet.
I reach down and I grab my foot and I pull it up to my face and I sniff it. And I just kind of, at first, I'm just like, smells normal. I don't know. When did you even get into the bed?
We don't have a clock in our room. I would not know.
What is a clock?
Never mind. I'll go back to sleep now.
Okay.
And I just linger in the bed and I know we need to go, but I'll
I'm still putting on my clothes and getting ready, and as I'm doing that and seeing him getting snuggled back into bed, I'm just kind of like, you have to get up.
Yeah, we have to go.
You go. I'll catch you later down at the tavern, yes?
That's when I get up and just rip the duvet off the bed. Come on, Leo. We have work to do.
I want to have no clothes on so bad. No. I'll just linger some noises. And I'll get up. Like, fine. And I'll start putting my shoes on because I had my clothes on.
Do you think there's somewhere we could go and get some dinner?
Downstairs.
Well, I can check down in the tavern.
No, we need to go down there anyway. I need to see if my armor's ready.
Alright, good.
Where'd your armor go?
I don't bloody know. I gave them 5 silver and
And they what?
they took it off me. Sorry.
But
They took my armor from me when I paid them.
you just let them have your armor?
They were to clean it.
Why?
I was covered in sick.
Sorry
I
about
don't
that.
understand. I don't see what the issue is. It's your armor.
And it was covered in vomit.
But it's
You don't
your armor.
expect me to walk around covered in sick, letting it dry and crust
You paid
over?
a man to clean your own armor?
I'm not getting my hands covered in sick.
Quite the paladin you are.
You need to learn personal hygiene there, Damien.
Roll my eyes at him and storm out the door.
As she storms out and he says that to me, I just kind of walk behind her. Fully clothed, by the way.
Anybody else? Everyone leaving?
Yeah, I just kind of like happily, like everybody else looks a bit disgruntled. I'm just like, doo.
I feel great. This is gonna be a great evening.
And Leo, do you just roll over and go to sleep?
No, I'm gonna put on my shoes and all that. I'm like fixing my hair and stuff, getting ready. Looking good.
Looking sharp. Yeah, give me a performance check. See how good you look today.
Okay, hold on. Let me, oh god, I need
Should we
to
get some dice rolls in?
There. Performance check.
Yes, please. Yeah,
I look fantastic as always.
you're looking all right. Considering also you only had like a minute to get ready and catch up with the others, it's pretty good. And yeah, you guys head out of the room, close the door, and head downstairs. Tiger, for the record, you will have wanted to have picked up anything you left behind in the room. I don't know if that was a thing that you were thinking, but just in case, this room is no longer yours, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Unless you
Well,
unless you buy more time,
Yeah.
pay for it. So you have a key, and you're sort of supposed to hand it over tonight before you head out, kind of thing. That would be something that Damien knows and has in a door key or something. Anyway, you head downstairs into the main tavern area of the inn, and there's a fairly decent sized bar. There are people eating. There seems to be a lot more people eating than drinking. There seems to be less of a drinking hole and more of a restaurant or yeah, something like that. There's a fairly decent sized room, plenty of tables that you guys can sit at, and there's a human man. Looks fairly aged, maybe in his 50s, sort of peppered black and white hair, a few lines on his face, but considering most of the people in this town look like pirates, he doesn't really look much like a pirate. He just looks like your typical bar guy. No scars, no peg leg, no parrot on the shoulder. Just looks like a pretty standard looking 50s barman. And he's sort of stood at the bar. Other than that, there's just random staffers wandering around. And you guys can eat here if you'd like, or you can just head out.
The first thing I do when we get down the stairs is I notice that there's a lot of people, and I start looking for the orc, because in my mind, I have a one-track mind right now, and I know how important it is to find the orc.
Yeah. Give me a perception check. Just any day now, it's fine.
I couldn't get the thing open.
Yeah, I mean, you look around. There is no orcs in here. There is, in fact, no race other than humans here. The only two people which aren't human are you and the halfling at your side.
Is this a bad thing?
No, not really. Not in this town. It's a very, very human town.
Oh, I meant bad thing for the fact that we're not human, but...
I guess that depends on if there's
Who
a
we talking
horrific racist in the room or not.
Great. Awesome.
Just like any
Awesome.
other place in real life.
Yeah.
Well,
There's one of them in here somewhere.
There's gotta be one.
While he's looking around, I go and grab a table and sit down, looking around to get something ordered to munch on.
Give me a Constitution saving throw to see how hungover you are.
Okay.
Ooh, you feel rough. Yeah, I think we all know how a 3 feels, and you're somewhere near there. After only maybe 4 hours, 5 hours sleep, something like that, I think.
Oh,
Day sleep.
what? Can you bring me something to drink and eat?
What did you say?
What?
I can't understand what she says half the time. You guys understand what she says? Her voice is
No,
so
I have no idea. No.
That's really rude, you know that?
No, I don't mean it in a mean way.
so
By any
rude.
means, I'm sorry.
Like,
say
you've
rude?
had a big nasty days, okay?
And as she's saying that, I just turn around and I go to see if I can find some kind of food to get her because I can tell that she's just not doing very well.
Yeah.
So I go to the bar and I'm just like, I need a pint and food. It's basically
like
what
a
I'm
stale
kind of
piece of-
gesturing.
Can there be like a stale piece of bread on the table that I can like grab and like chunk at his head?
I doubt there's a stale piece of bread. This is a classy establishment, I'm afraid. And Leo and Kaval.
Yeah, I would go up to Damon and say, do we not need to leave to look for the orc?
No, first
Yes.
we need to find my armor.
Oh,
That too.
yeah, yes, I
But-
forgot about that. Well, find your armor and then we shall see the orc.
But I'm going to be honest with you. And I just point back at her, our drunken, hungover friend. And I'm just pointing and I'm just like, that is not going to work.
Well, she'll never learn if we just
Yes,
let
but
it
it's
slide.
not going to work.
She'll be
Well-
fine.
Very.
Can you not carry her on your shoulder?
I'm
No,
not
that's not
carrying.
Caval,
No. No.
just pick her up on your shoulder. Like, no.
No, that's not happening again.
Oh, all right. I guess we can have a snack. Sure.
And as he says that, I start just kind of like making noises and like waving at the bartender.
Yeah, he heads over and says, all right, welcome to the Seven Sails. How can I help?
A friend of mine had quite a bit to drink last night. You have anything that is very good for, I think you call them hangovers.
He pulls out a very strange looking bottle from under the bar, pops it down, pops the cork. You get a strong whiff of very, very sour fruit smell. He pours out one and says, there you go, on the house, send that over to the little halfling over there, as he looks over, looking at a queasy looking Maina, and says, perhaps you'd like some food as well.
Here, that would be great. Could I also get some food? And can I also do a check on him when he's telling me about the drink?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what I need to do, but something to tell if like he seems sketchy when he's giving me this drink.
Sure, yeah, an insight check.
Inside, okay.
Yeah, no, he seems like he's just a barman that's completely used to dealing with people being hungover in an inn, and he just has this bottle on hand every day. Yeah, he looks back up at you and says, we've got pork, we got boar, we got lamb, we got sausage.
And I just sat there for a second. I don't really know what to say because I don't have any money. So I look back up at him real quick and like, how much is what's your cheapest?
The cheapest. Kind of looks you up and down and says, are you staying here at the Seven Sails, or have you just come for dinner?
Staying here. Right? We stayed there, right? That's the one we stayed at, isn't it?
Yeah.
We came downstairs to the one we stayed at.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Your room was upstairs. This is just
I
like
thought
the
so. You confused me for a second.
yeah. This is just like the inn restaurant kind of area.
I figured you were playing mind games with me.
No, he just wanted to know if you're
Yeah.
a paying customer
did.
or if you're just a ruffian off the street. And
We
he
did. We stayed here.
yeah, he says, well, the sausage is only 9 copper pieces.
9 copper. I look over And I just kind of look over at Leo, and I just kind of put my hand out.
I give it a high five.
I just kind of
What?
look up at him again. And I give him this look, and I look over to our friend, and I'm just like, I have no money, and our friend needs to eat.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
he'll never learn once again.
Can I like see them, whatever, at the bar and kind of like notice, and get up and walk over to him, and like kind of perch up a little bit, look at the bar.
Can I just get something to eat? These guys are a couple of buffoons.
He hands you a little shot glass of this sour drink, and he says, "Trust me, that smells awful, but it'll sort you right out, and I'll get you something. What do you want? Some biscuits or something? Soak it up."
Yeah, that sounds good. Something greasy.
All right. He looks back over to Damien and says, "Sausage for you as well." Tiger?
Years. I would love some sausage, but I'm going to be honest with you. I cannot pay for it.
Okay.
It is not a problem.
He just,
You don't need to give me anything.
yeah, he looks
I'm
away.
looking for a hand.
Looks at Leo and points at Leo. Anything for you?
No, I'm fine for the moment.
And presumably Caval's there as well.
Yeah, I want my. I would like my armor. I paid for it to be cleaned earlier, and I'd like it back, please.
Okay, yeah, I'll go get that. I'll find it. All right, and no more food? Just for the little one?
Do you by any chance have any more of those biscuits? I just have one.
Maybe you should ask your halfling friend. He just...
Give him a sausage.
2 sausage. All right.
Yeah.
He disappears for a quick second, heads out a back door. You hear him shout some stuff in the background, like, "2 sausage, bit of biscuits, beer, that's bit, got looking for some armor. We're looking for some armor." And then he comes back out. "All right, please take a seat. I'll bring it over when it's ready." And he looks over at Caval, "And I'll bring your armor over when it's ready too."
Thank you.
Okay, so before going back, like I kind of look at the shot glass and,
Oh, gods.
and throw it back.
Oh,
And
jeez.
you feel right as rain. You've never felt better.
Oh.
It was potion level of epic hangover
That's
cure.
really good, the treat.
Yeah, you feel a lot better now. Probably hungry. Yeah, you've got a few minutes to kill. If there's anything specific you guys want to do.
I wonder, you guys, are you concerned at all about the orc
How do you mean?
being violent or volatile?
I'm sure he's civil. Don't be racist now. Orcs are
I'm not
people
being
too.
racist.
Can I
But-
eat one of my bananas while we're discussing this?
Of course you can, yeah.
Say no.
Thank
Say
you.
no. Say she
Do
can't.
what?
I'm just gonna.
You can do legitimately whatever you want to do with those bananas. If you can think that you can do it in real life, you can do it with those.
I'm gonna sit there and just slowly peel a banana and listen in.
Man.
Slowly.
Details, Charles.
Yeah.
Feel a performance check on eating the banana.
Please.
No, but yes. Oh,
Just smash it to the side of her face.
I just, as she's eating the banana and this is happening, I just kind of look up because I'm really confused. But I look over at Leo and he just looks very intrigued. And I just go back to just kind of crossing my arms and thinking about the orc because it's all I can think about.
Sure.
yeah, no. I'll keep
Leo,
my eye
can
on
I
her
help
eating
you?
the banana.
Can I help you with something?
Oh, me?
Yes. You.
No, it's fine. I'm just making sure you're good. You're good. You need any help? With that
No,
banana? No.
I'm fine.
Great.
Thank
If I'm helping,
you.
I'm right here. Yes.
Can I do a deception check on him?
What are you trying to do?
I just want to figure out if he's telling her the truth because I'm listening in.
It would be an insight check.
Insight, that's it, right?
If you want to contest it, Pony, then you would have to, depending on whether you're telling the truth or not, do a deception check. If you weren't, you can also say, "No, Brad, I'm not going to do this
No.
check."
I'll contest it. I mean, I'll help her with the banana. It's fine. Here you go.
If he is indeed lying, then Damien feels like he's pretty sure that he knows that he's lying.
I look up and I just look at Leo and catch eyes with him, and I just kind of smirk and kind of shake my head and look down. I don't say anything though.
Yeah, I'll proceed with the conversation about what did you mean about the orc?
Well, I don't know if you get the same thing I get, but I just have this gut feeling that there's no way that we're going to get out of this without violence. And I know that looking at me, you assume that that's all right, but no.
Well, and you
I
do
have no
carry
means
a
to
giant
fight or
sword.
want to fight.
Well,
Oh,
Mhm.
go ahead there.
oh
Yes?
no, it's all you, Maina.
I was just thinking, like, I mean, if we want to avoid some violence, then couldn't we always just get drunk
Wouldn't that what?
and play
Talking about
into
getting
him?
an orc drunk?
Yeah, play his friend.
You
we know
understand
nothing
that's an
about
orc,
him.
right?
Yes.
So,
You
He might not even
understand that orcs are probably the angriest when they get drunk, right?
I mean, what if he's not an angry drunk? You know, that's kind of like generalizing, and that's not good. You've ever met an orc before?
I have.
How many?
I don't want to talk about how many. And as I said that, you can kind of tell on my face that there's some issue between me and orcs, but it's not like not a racist thing.
Sure. I told you. Okay, wait, do I need to roll or can we all tell?
Alright, so here's how we'll do contested checks and things like that. If you want to just straight up role play out between you, whether you're lying or whether you're not lying, and try and work it out from what you guys are saying and stuff, and what you might have given away, then you're free to just sort of say no contested checks. Or if you want to just straight up all do checks on each other, then you can all do types of roles. Specifically, things like trying to read someone's body language, see if they're lying, work out from what they're saying or how they're acting. It would be an insight check. If you are lying, then it would be a deception check. If you're not lying, then then you probably wouldn't need to roll at all. But you can judge. If they roll like an 18, they probably can tell whether you're telling the truth. But if you want to straight up try and conceal that you're lying, then you can contest insight versus deception and stuff like that. Might be easier since we don't have face cams to do a few more contested checks than I would usually do in a campaign. I also think rolling dice is fun, so.
Yeah, but it was also, he said that did you say you could tell what was that you were?
Oh yeah, you can tell that there's something. Like there's something
you
going
wouldn't
on.
need to roll for that, right?
No, you don't need to roll.
Let's play on that.
Yeah, if he's just being obvious about things.
So what's the issue between you and orcs?
I just kind of look over him with a very almost like a distasteful look that he's asking me, but not really like directed towards him. I start getting I almost look like I'm getting really upset with myself. Like I'm getting really almost like in my head I'm getting really pissed off, and I just kind of start getting a little worked up, and it's like, I think it's best that we don't talk about that now.
It does feel like this. Are you an orcist?
I'm gonna place my hand on Leo's shoulder. Leo, I think you should be quiet now. Get back to eating my banana.
It is at that point that the barman comes over. He's holding 2 bowls, and he's got a couple of drinks in the other hand. He slams down 2 plates. They've got 2 huge sausage things on there. We're talking like, what are those German sausages called? You know, those bratwurst things? They look like that, two enormous, great big sausages with a couple of vegetables to the side. They don't look like the greatest, freshest vegetables in the world, but it's really not too bad considering where you are. There is a few biscuits, rye biscuits, along one side, and he's got 2 tankards of beer. He places them down and then sits a sort of very small dish on the table next to it and says, that'll be 1 silver, 8 copper, please, to the halfling Maina.
Alright then,
And I kind of rifle through.
you owe me there, big fella, okay? You owe me something for this?
And I set the coins in his hand.
Cool, yeah. 10 silver to 1 gold, and 10 copper to 1 silver is just how it works, as simple as that. For your working out, if you hand him the correct amounts and stuff, then he hands you your change. If you don't, or whatever, you know what I'm saying. You can work it all out, and he takes his little dish back, and you've got 2 meals in front of you as well as 2 beers. And he looks over to Kaval and says, "I'll be back in 1 second with your armor. It looks quite shiny indeed." And he heads off back.
Thanks, love.
Back behind the bar, and then out the door that leads to sort of the back area, the kitchen area.
I look up and I look at Leo, and I kind of like have like this look on me, like I feel bad. Leo,
Yes.
I didn't mean to seem so upset earlier. I
No, I
don't
mean,
really
it's
want to
fine.
get into it, but
No, I get it.
no.
Just eat your food so we can be on our way.
No,
I just
listen,
don't want it.
listen,
Yeah,
listen.
I'm listening.
I don't have anything against all orcs, but I've had very bad encounters with them.
Just the green ones.
And as he says the
Besides that,
green
you
ones, like
know.
I like flare up a little bit, like almost like somebody from Vietnam would flare up. And I just kind of like sit there for a second, and I just stop talking again, and I look back down at the table, and I just fold my hands, and I just like look like I'm trying to calm myself down again.
And I see that he's like that. That was a bit too far, maybe. So I'll just say, I'm sorry. I just don't want there to be any complications with the task at hand. Now, you have your beliefs, I'm sure, but don't let it interfere.
And I look up at him. I kind of don't say anything for a couple seconds, and I just like I look right at him. I'm just like, I promise that there will be no problems between me and any orcs unless they start it.
All right. Keep that in mind.
I should let you guys know there is a distinction between orcs and half-orcs. Like, most orcs are straight up evil. Like, they will just attack people on sight, you know, they're like bandits on the road.
Barbaric,
warmongering. Half-orcs are different. There's plenty of half-orcs which are with the orcs. There are plenty of half-orcs which just live in cities. They are half human, half orc, and depending on various different circumstances, they might be the friendliest, happiest, nicest little orc you've ever, or half-orc that you've ever met, or they might be just as crazy and evil as their standard issue orc counterparts. So
it would remind him of an orc anyway, right? So if he has a problem with the orcs, he would look at an half-orc and still be like, ugh, if he doesn't like orcs.
yeah, half-orcs are just like huge, great, ugly humans. They normally have like slightly greener tinge to their skin. They've normally got a protruding lower jaw with a little set of tusks kind of thing, and they're usually a lot bigger on average than a human. But that doesn't. They're not like. So a lot of them are born to like a human parent, and then they just are brought up as a human kind of thing. And a lot of them are brought up by their orcish parent. So usually, depending on how that goes, depends a hell of a lot on how they end up. So if there is an orc in this city, if it was just a straight up orc, there's a really low chance that there is any like good orcs in this city, sort of thing, just chilling out. This dude is a half-orc, who probably had like a human upbringing kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway.
A civilized barbarian. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, not too different than Damien, really. Damien was from a barbaric tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess, Damien being a tribal barbarian-looking dragonborn from way out in the eastern lands would have a lot in common with a half-orc. Unfair.
I kind of sit up a little bit, and I slam my fist down, but I don't do it hard enough to like scare anybody. But I do it to get everybody's attention, and I'm like, we should go.
Just
We'll go in a minute.
I stand up and I go towards the door, and I tell them I'm going to be outside, and I'll be there when they're ready to go, because I'm still like fuming a little bit for some reason, which nobody knows.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah. Did you eat your food?
I actually only ate half of the sausage.
Okay.
And I'll grab the rest and drag it towards me.
Leo powers through the
Grab
rest.
my sausage.
Yeah, I'll just have the rest of it because I was hungry, but I didn't want to pay.
Leo powers back half of Damien's
Can I just
sausage.
stare at him while he's doing it?
Caval's
Right in the
staring
eyes.
at him, watching him very
What?
Maintaining
carefully.
eye contact throughout the whole thing.
What? What?
Nothing.
Then why are you looking at me?
No reason. I just looked.
You guys want to go ahead and get it on before we go, so the tension will be over.
All right, free food is free food.
Vile.
Well,
I'm, like,
I'm not the
slipping a
one
few
with
biscuits
sick
into
in
my
my
bag.
armor, am I?
I mean, while the halfling and the bard are eating, the barman comes out, but there's two people. There's another sort of greasy-looking gentleman in some old-looking chef's overalls, and they come out and they're both holding this huge set of armor, and they're both carrying it on thin arms over towards the table. They bring it up to Caval and sort of gently place it on the ground and say, did you want this here, or do you need a private room to put it on? How do you wear this all day?
You get used to it. Private room, please. Can I check, like, if everything's there first?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Where is that one? There you are.
Pow. Yeah, it's not only all there, but it's been cleaned really well. They've managed to get the stench of sick and all of the little bits of sick out of all the little nooks and crannies along any links and chains and bits and bobs that are on it. And they've done a bang-up job of cleaning it. And it's definitely all there, yeah.
Okay. I'll, said you had a private room?
Oh, yeah, just follow us. And they heft it up and they head back up the stairs that you came from, and then they find you a little, very small, like one-bedroom room. They unlock it, open it, set the armor down and leave and say, thanks very much. I take it you paid when you handed it over.
Aye, that I did. Thank you. Can I just toss 1 silver at them?
Sure, yeah. He grabs it and gives you a wink and closes the door on his way out. It takes about 10 minutes to put armor on, for the record.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll get all dolled up. Don't worry about me.
All right, so you sit and do your armor. The other two eat and finish up the meals. Presumably drink the 2 little beers that are there. And Damien stands outside listening to a Simple Plan album on his little iPod that he's got. Just all emo and
How
upset.
could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
And what we'll do, we'll go to a break. Seems like a good time to go to a break, and then we'll return. And the guys, I presume, will be heading off to the Cutlass to see if they can find the half-orc in question, who they are convinced will be very civil. So we'll find out in a few minutes. Go and grab a drink. Go and knock up a
Have a
nice
wee.
line of cocaine, or have a wee. Yeah, those are your only options.
Adventure.
Both? Why not both?
No, you can only do
Same time.
one.
A Wii and cocaine. Can I do it off my own dick?
It can be one or the other. You may only have a Wii or do some cocaine. Those are your
Shit,
only
but what
two
if the
options.
cocaine makes me have to pee worse?
Yeah.
Well, then you
That's
better
gonna
pick.
happen.
Then you need to pick wisely. You know.
Or what if I really am like that bear on that old meme about cocaine?
Listen, the rules are the
You know
rules,
what I'm
Tiger. Rules are the rules, okay? That's just all there is to it. It's one or the other. We'll
right.
see you in a few
Yeah,
minutes.
he's the game
I
master,
didn't mean to
okay?
argue.
Listen, Tiger, for the love of God.
Good
I mean,
God,
can we roll like an
man.
acrobatics check to see if you can do it at the same time skillfully?
Yeah, of
Like-
course.
I mean, I think right now, if I roll an acrobatics check, I think I could easily do a triple gainer into a pee off of the line of coke off the back of the toilet. Want to see it right
Yeah.
now? Here it is, right
Maybe
here.
you can.
Acrobatics.
No, probably not. You probably just fall into the toilet and drop your little packet of cocaine.
Oh, shit.
See now me.
Me, on the other hand, I've done just,
Leo
I-
falls
yeah.
over and knocks
I'm
out
like
his
sitting
teeth.
backwards on the toilet with it
can't-
laid out in front of me.
Caval
can't even-
stumbles out of the toilet, falling into a puddle of somebody else's piss as these
I can't.
four drunken, coke-addled people head off into a 3 to 5 minute-ish break. We'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.
Bye.
We're back, everyone. It's the Wolves of Water, featuring all of your favorite streamers from twitch.tv. Yeah, that's you lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and you needed. Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, I'm still
Hey.
here. But I need to know where to put this link, by the way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know what I'm talking about.
I have
You
no
know what
idea
I'm
what
talking
you're
about.
talking
I don't
about.
care if we're live. Where do I put this link?
I have no idea what
Like, are you wanting to put it in
talking about.
Discord?
I mean, I can just put it in the chat. Everybody will be really confused then.
Yeah, just do that. Because confuse
Am
the
I
chat.
allowed to? Will it ban me?
I don't know. Let's see. How does one? I wonder if permit works. I don't know how to use my own bot. We've
Just
learned
mod
this.
him. /mod.
I'm not gonna mod him. That's fucking scary. He's a nutter. Permit Tiger Writer. There you go. It works.
Oh!
Anyways.
Is that Shiwi?
Yeah, that's for you.
Female
told you I was gonna
lightweight
give you a present.
portable travel urination device.
I told you I got you.
There we
I
go.
am never
This
gonna
is
let you down.
basically what's happening is that Shiwi is exactly what Kiwo needs. So
There's only one bathroom in the house. I really need a wee, and someone's still in the bathroom throughout the entire break.
Someone's in there. There'll be,
Someone.
you
stranger.
can probably very easily just creep away and return without anyone knowing on a stream like this because there's no camera, you know? No one would know. As soon as you do so, I bet I'll be like, and Kaval, what do you do now? And you'll be like, she's
I had to do that when we first started earlier because my delivery got here and you were talking and I thought he's gonna be like, and Damien does this, and I'd be like, cricket.
Well,
Alright,
let's
gonna do a
find out
comeback.
what Damien does as we return to the city of Luskan. Damien is stood just outside as, I guess, Kaval, you've put on your armor. The others have finished their food and stuff like that. And everybody heads out to into the dusk. Well, I guess actually it's probably been about like half hour, 45 minutes. So we're looking at like 8:45 now. So the sun will have almost completely set, and you head out onto the streets. The streets are lit by lamplight, generally like a picture of sort of Victorian setting, I guess. Maybe, well, not quite as Victorian, medieval lamp lights, but it's generally well lit. And yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I kind of like, can I do a perception check?
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck.
What are you looking for?
I was just gonna ask if I could look around and see, like, if you could give me some details on how, like, awesome everything looks in the area. But now you're gonna tell me everything looks like shit.
Everything looks like shit to you tonight. You're in a bad mood because someone mentioned an orc or something, and you don't like orcs.
And you're a raging racist.
And you don't, and you've gone outside, and as much as you want to enjoy the evening, the brisk evening air, the wonderful lamp light of the early evening here in Luskan as people are milling about after their workday, you don't enjoy anything, and you don't even really look up. You're just sort of kicking a rock just outside of the Seven Sails Inn.
I'm a very upset Dragonborn. Right now.
Apparently, yeah.
Very pouty.
Hands in his pockets.
Yeah, and that's what the others see as the three of you leave. Kaval now, once again, an intimidating sight of armor
Yep.
and greatsword.
All right, so as I'm walking out, kind of like slap him on the thigh because I probably can't reach higher.
Back up there, alright? Like it's gonna have a great day.
And this was to me, right?
Yes.
I look down at the halfling, and I don't really say anything. My looks can say a lot. This is probably the worst time for me to not have a cam up. But he just kind of looks down as she pats the back, and he looks down at her. He just kind of grumbles real quick and looks back up, and you just hear him go, "Greetings, kid." That's all you hear.
Oh.
Well, let's make our way to the
Yeah,
tavern.
let's get on going down to the tavern.
All right, so you backtrack the way you came. Pretty
Ooh,
much a straight road down to the the sort of slum area of Luskan. As you head into Half Moon Street and follow the road along, you come once again to the tavern known as the Cutlass. Again, it's a sort of two-story inn and tavern, but it's a lot lower quality than the one that you've just come from. It's on a crossroads, and there's like balconies that overhang the street that you're on. There's a single boarded-up window that suggests recent damage, probably from a drunken dwarf who threw someone through it to their death. Yeah, like earlier on when you approached the tavern, there was quite a ruckus. There was quite a loud, busy noise coming from inside, and now that seems to have doubled. As the evening has set in, it looks to be completely overfilled. The door is wide open. There's music and laughter and the sounds of glass and tankards and iron smashing against each other as everybody's laughing about. There's about 3 or 4 people that have spilled out onto the street, sat there, stood around with tankards of their own drinks, and you find yourselves once again at the Cutlass. I guess as a quick reminder, everybody here that you look upon, when they look back at you, there's an underlying sense of aggression with every single pirate, ruffian-looking person in not just the Cutlass, but the area itself, in this sort of dingy part of town. But yeah, you approach the Cutlass. You're here once again. There is no half-orcs on the street. What do you do?
Okay, so I pushed my way in, inside, and kind of just like casually go in, and like, so we have to check in our weapons and stuff when we enter.
Yeah, if everybody follows Maina, then the same sort of burly gentleman heads over. He recognizes you somewhat and says, all right, you know, I'll need to take your steel. You'll get it back. You guys handing over?
So I hand
your
over,
weapon?
I hand over my my rapiers. Once again, still keeping a dagger in my boot.
You hand over your
and
bow.
you
have a
I mean,
bow,
it's
right?
not steel.
True. I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
I'm
Smart
just,
I hand over.
no, I'm not saying that you have to do it or anything. I'm just trying to keep a mental note of what everybody has on them and stuff and how they look. That's all.
No.
Yeah, I hand over my weapons.
Okay. But you keep your daggers
Look up.
hidden and concealed.
Yeah, anything that's hidden and concealed, I keep hidden and concealed. And I walk over to the bar.
Okay.
I order a drink.
No,
Yes.
I'll come up behind Maynard and place my great sword on the table, please. Take good care of it and follow after her.
Mr. Bard, Mr. Dragonborn.
And I'll give it. Here you go. Take good care of it.
When he wants to take everything, unlike last time, I hand him everything but the one dagger that I have. That's pretty hidden.
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
He doesn't seem to even notice the dagger. He's just far more intent on the enormous greatsword that you've got. Again, he places them on a table and then begins to move them from this like midway table to a specific place that seems to be under the bar on the far end. Again, this is a fairly large main common room. There's a huge, great corner bar with wine racks and beer kegs and things behind it. There's tables and stalls everywhere, but basically every single table and stall is taken up tonight. There are stairways with people on them, sat on them. There is doorways and things that you don't know where they lead. And there are basically a full looking. Earlier on, I think it was about 2/3 full. Now it's completely full, almost overfull, as the two people at the bar who are serving are just rushing back and forth, pouring out drinks and handing them over to all of the different patrons. There is the woman that you met earlier on. She's still working, and there's another woman with her Other than that, the place is just absolutely ram-packed. Everyone is eyeing you up as you walk in, specifically Leo.
Wait, what?
Everyone seems to be sort of looking at you a little bit more than anyone else. There are a couple of sneers, a couple of jeers, but mostly, I guess, as you feel the eyes pulled towards you, you'll see that they rest and linger on Leo as a group, and then they maybe mutter amongst themselves and look away
Can I
again.
do 2 things?
I'll just meet eyes and do like, what's up, what's up? And I would also like to look around for. I want to do a, perception check, see if the half-orc is there.
Sure, yeah, everybody can do a perception check if you'd like.
Can I also roll an intimidation check towards the entire room? And by that, I mean I just want to make myself look really big because I noticed that all the eyes are on us.
Yeah.
On me, sorry. I just need to correct you.
I mean, the eyes. It's the same as when you enter any sort of bar or tavern or whatever in real life. People as you walk past them look you over, sort of thing. But they seem to linger for half a beat longer on Leo. Okay, everybody's looking around. Kaval, I don't know what you're distracted by. Maybe it was the banana.
I'm just a little bit intimidated. There's drunk people everywhere, and they're pushing up against me.
Yeah, so
not comfortable here. If I get sick on my armor again, I don't know what I'll do, quite honestly.
Yeah, and you're not really looking around for the half-orc because you're more concerned about all of this common folk. Leo, Maina, and Damien, however, you notice in one corner, hidden underneath the furthest stairwell, there's a darkened portion of the common room and a fairly small, hidden away table with 3 or 4 stools around it. Sat upon the stools are 3 particularly rough-looking, tough-looking, scarred individuals, one of whom is almost definitely some sort of half-orc. He stands out amongst the mostly human patrons here. He's got like a big, huge set of arms, very muscular, very large. He's got a sort of hide-looking set of armor as an outfit on him, but generally most of what is on him is very thin and small, revealing lots of skin and scars and tattoos and stuff. Sat next to him, either side of him, there's a little halfling man in a very big fur coat. He's got a bandana on, and there's a human woman who's got sort of very old leathered skin, very, very greasy hair, some of it dreadlocked, and she's sort of coated in piercings. In general, there appears to be mostly, once again, humans in here. He appears to be the only half-orc. There are a couple of other halflings about as well. No elves, no gnomes, no tieflings, no other races in there, other than the Dragonborn, of whom one of you are.
Yeah.
I look over at Kaval, and I just honestly say, I'm looking directly at her. I don't even pay attention to the other 2. I think that you should be the only one to go over there first. I don't think we should all 4 go over there.
Really?
I think you should go talk to them.
Why?
Why? Well, first off, I might feel better about this now, but if I go over there, I don't want anything to escalate on my opinions. And on top of that, you shouldn't go over there. You saw how everybody looked at you in here. They're going to rob you any second now. They'll be watching your back.
They want an autograph.
And then, and then I look down again, because I'm still not calling our halfling by the name. I don't want to do that yet. I'm gonna keep doing it. I just look down at the halfling and I just look at him like a halfling.
Yeah?
There's no way that half-orc is going to listen to you, probably.
What's you mean?
I wish I could explain that to you.
She might speak his language a little better. And with that, I'm going to pick her up at the scruff of her cape.
What are you
Storm
doing?
through the crowd.
Kind of like fighting
Make
up
my
at
way
her.
over.
And I resolve, like with my arms crossed.
Crazy lady.
Whisper to Maina, I really don't know what we're going. Please help me through this.
We'll just swing it.
Just swing it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I just.
Tell him that you liked his sword or his armor or something.
How about you do it? And I just drop her on the table in front of him.
I kind of laugh and look around all of them.
The three people on the table look extremely unamused. Give me a dexterity saving throw to stop yourself from smashing into all of their mugs and food and things that are on the table. Cool. Yeah. So.
I land perfectly.
Jesus, Brad.
Caval kind of like drops a halfling onto a table full of food and mugs of ale and stuff that these three people are drinking from. And Maynard, whilst in the middle of the air, kind of does like a perfect cat's landing, placing all of her hands and feet around the mugs and plates and different tankards and bits and bobs that are on the table, and then manages to stand up in the middle of the table, laughing once again. With a 21, it was almost impressive, but they don't look impressed with what is happening. The half-orc himself looks up towards the halfling and then looks over at Caval and goes, "What are you, some sort of law?"
No, I'm here to, have you a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Torm?
No, I kind of like wave at her. Anybody order a halfling? You guys doing okay tonight?
The halfling who sat behind you reaches out and grabs at you and drags you down onto his lap, and he says, "That's right, I had a little halfling," and he grips you in a very tight grip. You can try and wriggle free with another dex save if you'd like. You sort of, actually, let me see.
What are you doing, you brave
He struggles with you. He's laughing with you. You declared that somebody had ordered a halfling, and he thinks that you're some sort of lady of the night, and he's wriggling around with you for a bit. But you slip out from his grip quite easily and land on the ground next to him. The orc looks up towards Caval and just says, "Listen, fuck off."
No, so I'm on the ground again.
What the lady's trying? What did she wanted to come over and say that she really
And I kind of look at Caval and back at the orc.
She really she fancied the your shoulder pads there. Yeah, I think she was
yes.
looking at, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are exquisite. I would love to discuss armor and other
shoulder pads. Yeah,
sorts of things.
Give me deception checks.
Okay.
Pretty great, yeah. He's like looking you over now, like, and he at first he sort of looked like he was seething. He was about ready to just immediately stand up, and then as you start to ramble on about shoulder pads, he looks at his shoulders, looks up at you, looks at your armor, and says, "Well, you like them, do you?"
Oh yes, they look amazing on you. I saw you from across the room. They were quite striking. You really stood out from the crowd. You know, I'm not commenting on your race or anything.
Never would have thought a God-fearing zealot like yourself would be so forward. Smiles at you.
You know, in this day and age.
She's on a bit of a rebound.
And I kind of lean forward and like whisper it towards him.
He's trying to get her back out there.
Can I peer over my shoulder at Damien and Leo with just a look of shock and fear, and please sort of nod my head. Please come over now.
When I catch eyes with her, I look over at Leo and I just go, "It seems like they're doing pretty well over there."
Yes. Let them.
The half-orc sort of just claps his hands. "Right then, drinks then, is it all round?" And he sort of waves away the woman who's with them, and she stands up kind of with a and a huff, and she heads over towards the bar, and he offers, there's an empty stall on one side of the halfling and then an empty stall on the other side where the woman had stood up from, and he offers the two of you to sit down in the seats, eyeing up Caval very lustily.
Oh, I'm quite a big woman.
He's massive though. How tall are you?
like 6'3" or 4.
Yeah, he's 6'7", but you
Oh,
you probably wouldn't notice it
perfect.
too much
Well, I
until
mean-
you sit down. But he's like he's
Is
probably
it just a small stool?
probably the biggest
Somewhere,
dude
like,
in
kind
here.
of-
Yeah, I mean it's like a fairly small stool. Yeah.
So my legs are right up by my ears then.
Uh,
Just sat awkwardly.
yeah, it's like it's sort of fairly high up. Not so much so that it's not like you're sitting at a child's toy table kind of thing. You're not like sitting at a little kid's table, but it is almost at that level. It's actually more.
Comically.
It's more imposing on the halflings, who actually look quite small next to the table, and the stall you have to climb
Alright,
up
so
into
there's-
like a high chair. Whereas the larger, like the humans and the orc and yourself and Damien would fit in them more comfortably, but they're not huge, and they're all different sizes and things. This place has obviously had every single stall broken, and they've had to replace them with all bits and bobs. So all of them are all different sizes all around the room. There's chairs and things as well. It's not just stalls, but these are stalls. And as you sit down, he looks over to you and says, "So, you looking for a good time while you're in Luskan?"
Oh. Yes, I am. It's been really nice getting to know the locals. I stopped by here earlier. There was a lovely woman at the bar. I paid for drinks.
Mm-hmm.
That happened.
What, Lyra?
I didn't catch her name, but she
He
seemed
points
like a
at
very
the woman who was the one that was here working earlier on.
Yeah. She was a person. She was
that
nice.
explains it then. What does she say about me?
I
nothing,
don't
Dad,
recall
nothing.
anything.
Hmm.
The
I just shoved Maina with my elbows.
he looks
I'm trying.
he looks
She didn't say nothing.
he looks kind of pissed off, as if maybe like Lyra has said something weird about him or something like that for a moment, and his eyes sort of drift over towards her with like a concealed sort of anger, and then the halfling next to Maina sticks a hand on your thigh and says, "Right, let's have a little look at that there face then." And he sort of tries to paw at your face. If you've got your robe up, he's trying to pull the robe down and have a look at you.
And I
and
have
stuff.
like a full like cringe face of like just a chill one over and kind of like a shudder. Ugh.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's not a very nice face.
So he kind of like shove his hand off like.
Yeah, he's like absolutely gross. He's kind of like a fur-coated bandana shmee from Hook, like, but like a halfling, and he's got like 2 teeth in his mouth. And he's like, he's a little bit overweight for a halfling, and he's looking at you like, "So where are you from then? Where are you from?"
Here and there. I like to travel about a bit. Never really settled down myself.
You don't
But,
sound
you
like
know-
you're from Luskan. I ain't seen you about.
No, I was just in town with my friend here, having a look around, a bit of a vacation. Like I said, she's on a bit of a rebound, so we're just coming around, checking out the places and seeing the locals.
I kind of lean away from him and closer to.
Yeah, he's like leaning in. As soon as you start moving away, he's leaning his face in to look at you and like really trying
Can
to
I
like
grab
keep
her
an eye
stool?
on you. Grab her
Can I
stool.
grab the stool and just pull it closer to me?
Yeah,
so
get-
she's right next to me.
Yeah, like you don't even need to do any checks. You're just definitely strong enough. She's only a halfling. And you move it in closer, and he kind of like he does that kind of dumb, idiotic male thing of "it's all right, I'm sure she's into me," of like turning around, grabs a drink, and he kind of looks lustily over again. The half-orc turns back and says, "Well, how long you here then? What are you doing in town?"
Oh, us? Oh, we're just seeing the sights and
Vacationing.
yeah, it's a vacation. Just passing through. I'm not too sure where we're going next. Maina here, my good friend Maina.
Best
Paris.
friends.
Almost patronizingly, like ruffle the top of her hood. she's showing me around. Real good time, girls on tour.
Mm-hmm.
You went on holiday to Luskan. That seems a bit weird.
You like a bit of adventure, you know, a rougher side of the, you know.
Well,
You know that they say, what happens in Luskin stays in Luskin.
well, I'm glad to hear that you like it rough, because I've only got one mode, and it's rough. And he hits the table, bang, and then he high-fives the halfling, who's like, yeah, I like it rough too. I like it rough. And he's kind of looking once again over at Maina. And there's a bang on the table as the woman returns with a set of drinks for everyone. And with that, we'll take a quick jump over to Damien and Leo to see if they're doing anything interesting.
Well, I got like 2 women on each side of me. I'm holding, and they like checking out my loot. And I'm like, is that a real loot? That's awesome.
Yeah, these
Like,
two
yeah,
women
yeah,
are
it's
like
real.
checking you over. Give me a perception check.
Oh god, ruining all my fun. Hold on.
Yeah, they're like checking over your loot. You're just like looking, and they're like playing with your like fine clothes. Like, oh my god, these are so nice. These clothes. Where did you get them? Is that a? Oh my god, is that a real loot? That is. Oh my, this is gorgeous. Like, can you play it for real? This is great.
I can.
And yeah, they're like looking you over like lustily, I guess. And Damien, what are you doing?
I look over. While this is kind of happening, I just gotta have my arms crossed, and I just kind of keep looking over at the girls. And as these 2 girls are on him, I look up, and can I do a? What kind of check could I do if I wanted to kind of like try to see if they're trying to sneak anything off of him or anything like that?
Just give me a perception check.
The perception check.
No. Neither of you see these girls steal Leo's flute.
Wait, what? I missed that. Did they? What? What?
Neither of you see the girls.
Wait, can I not do? Okay, yeah, fine. It's
You
fine.
did do one. That's what it was for. You didn't notice me. You didn't notice me remove the loot from your inventory. The flute, not the loot. You still have your loot because they're looking over the loot and they're fiddling with your clothes and you're enraptured by them. Damien's like hugely distracted as soon as they look. As he looks away and he's trying to work out what's going on with the other 2, they whip it away. The flute is passed back from one of the girls to another girl, who then passes it to another gentleman, who passes it back again until it's lost into the masses. You guys continue to look over at the table with the half-orc. You see him sort of bang the table for a moment. You're like, what's going on? And then you realize that it's just kind of a jovial bang. Back over on the table, though, the half-orc is looking at the woman who brings over the drinks. She looks at Kaval, looks at the stool that she's on, then looks at the half-orc, and the half-orc just says, oh, fuck off, we're here, Kelly. And then takes all the drinks, hands her one, and just shoos her away. And she sort of huffs again and heads back over into the sort of greater masses. Over to near, actually, where probably where Damien and Leo are, by the door, the opposite end of the bar, and starts to just speak to a few random people. The half-orc looks back at Kaval, offers you a drink, and says, right then, to new friendships. What's your name? Name's Olog.
Kaval, pleasure to meet you. Can I reach over to shake his hand, or?
Yeah?
Do half-orcs even greet one another like this? So I reach out.
He grabs your hand, and then a couple of dry, leathery half-orc lips with a couple of very small little tusks kiss you on the top of your hand.
I like chuckle into my drink, like drinking and watching this.
Pleasure. I just.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, for God's sake!
As you cringe away. He sees you sort of cringe and doesn't really believe that you're like too happy about what's happening. He just sort of, ew, get that in ya. Pushes the drink over to you and swills a bunch of it himself. The halfling is laughing in one corner, just sort of knowingly looking around. Every now and then he glances at Maina.
It was Oleg, wasn't it? I don't really drink. all that much, to be honest.
You don't walk.
I like elbow her in the side.
No, cheers!
Yeah, cheers.
They
A down me pint.
Everyone holds their drinks up. There's a clash, and everybody downs their pints. Kaval, as somebody who doesn't drink, give me a con saving throw. Yeah, you're just about okay, but this one hits you pretty quick. It's like you notice it, but you're not.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, you're not out of it just yet, and he's sort of eyeing you up a little bit. He looks at your symbols on your gauntlets or wherever you've got your symbols on the front of your armor and says, "What god's that then?"
Oh, it's Tom, but
What one's Tom?
let's justice, loyalty, but it's not about that right now. Right now, it's about
You gotta be
you. I
loyal.
wanna-
We like loyalty, don't we? And he slams his
No,
hand
no.
down. There's 2 or 3 people that aren't even on the table all kind of go, "Way!"
Yes, I understand that, but come on.
As that
we're not-
happened, I looked up because I saw that kind of the whole room kind of light up,
Yeah.
and I looked over at the situation and I noticed it's kind of. I kind of walk over so I can hear more. I get as close as I can so I can actually hear what's going on.
All right, yeah. Give me a perception check to see whether you're close enough and you can hear over the ruckus of the bar.
The ruckus? Come on, you son of a bitch. Yes.
Yeah, you're in a pretty decent place and you can pick out what's happening. Leo is just enraptured by these women, these busty women.
Yeah, I got one hand in the bra now, so I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, they look like they're gonna charge you. For
Wait,
any,
me or him? Well,
yeah, you.
no.
These women
Wait,
look
what?
like they're gonna charge you for literally
Oh, yeah,
any
yeah, yeah, yeah.
interaction.
Yes.
But that's yeah, you're.
I'm
you're-
very occupied. Like Olar, fuck Olar, you know?
Yeah.
I'm here.
I get it. Olog sort of looks over to Kaval. I think you were going to say something, Kiwa?
Yeah, I wanted to. Oh God, this feels so wrong. I'm gonna press a finger to his lips and say, "Shh, tell me about you."
He says, "Wait, you want me to shush or tell you?"
A little bit of both.
All right. And he leans in really close. You get a whiff of just stale, like sweat off of his body. His breath. Let's see how his breath is. His breath, at least an 8 out of 20. In the day, he probably hasn't brushed his teeth for like 15 years, and he leans in. You get a whiff of it as he leans in quite close to your ear and says, "Well, I was born here in Luskan. Where was you born?" And he looks at you and he's really close to your face now.
No, that doesn't matter. Keep going. What was that you had for dinner? I think I can smell it.
He smiles and says, "Well, you won't believe it, but I actually saved up and had myself some boar.
Oh, lovely.
Came into a little bit of money recently, didn't we, Yar?" And the little halfling looks over and, let's see, actually. For a moment, he looks kind of distressed and then says, "Oh, yeah, we ran into a little bit of money, not much." And then Olog looks back at you and says, "So we had ourselves a nice boar dinner."
That sounds really exciting, doesn't it? A nice bar.
No, that it does. It's been a long time since our companions were eating sausage all night.
The halfling moves instantly in way back into range of Maynard and says, "I got something a little more exciting if you want it right here."
I'm gonna like choke into my drink.
You got So what's about this money you came into? You guys a couple of comedians.
Which one are you asking?
The halfling.
He sort of clams up actually and moves away a little bit. He sort of pulls back a bit and just says, "It was just a little bit of money. We do a few odd jobs, around the city, that's all. All above board, I'm sure you'll understand." He kind of glimpses at Kaval because she looks very knightly. Olog doesn't look even in the slightest bit intimidated by anything that's going on. He just kind of smiles at the halfling speaking to you and looks back at Kaval and says, well, I mean, you know, we do odd jobs, but we're well paid. I've got decent money.
No, of course. You look like a half-orc that can look after himself.
Especially with them shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah, those shoulder pads. Yeah.
Yeah, I got them off of. I got them at a discount price.
Oh, really? No, that's
having a good
very
sale.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I got them like.
Sipping my beer.
The geezer said you want to fight for him, and I said, I wouldn't. I'm not up for it, you know. I'm a very civilized type person, you know. And I said I won't fight you for him, and he said I insist. So I had a fight with him, and then he let me have him for a discount price.
That's it. That seems like a fair trade, right, Maynard?
Yeah. It seems like a good right trade right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong. And he holds up his arm and flexes a, frankly, enormous muscle.
Can I challenge him to an arm wrestle?
If you'd like to challenge him to an arm wrestle.
I kind of do.
Well then.
I'm feeling cocky after, was it with Damien and the peasant? When they almost shattered his hand.
Yeah, I mean, you can challenge him. You can, if you want to ask him.
Okay, well, I fancy myself quite a strong woman. I'm a little bit tipsy at this point, but arm wrestle for him.
Arm wrestle? You?
Yeah.
You're
Hi.
You're like a cleric or something, ain't you?
That doesn't matter. I like your shoulders.
Well, I like my shoulders as well, but I wouldn't want to hurt you.
Try me.
He looks around a little bit and then turns and says, all right, you're on. I mean, all right, I suppose. And then he holds out an arm.
Oh my god, what am I doing?
So roll me an athletics check. And you have to beat an 18. There's a moment. So he grips your hand and you start to easily win, as he clearly isn't trying. And then he sort of stops for a moment, and then you feel some pressure back as his arm starts to move towards the table, and he looks up at you a bit and, hang on, hold on. Oh, you are pretty strong, aren't you? And then there's a little back and forth, and you can see him, his arms truly tense up. A couple of veins pop out of his neck. Same goes for you, though. You put everything into it, so does he. Blimey. You're fucking well strong.
Yep. As are you. My hand in pain a little bit.
Fucking hell.
Shoulders.
I didn't know
Cheers.
women could get that strong. Stretches his arm out. Right, another drink, I think. Turns around.
Oh, no, we don't.
No. I'll get it. Don't
Cheers.
worry about it. I'll get you
Please.
a drink. It's all right.
Oh,
Claps his hands. One of the barmaids walks over. It's the other one. This one's a halfling. She's actually wearing like fairly nice clothes, to be honest, but she has a tool belt on her on a belt. Just tools on a belt, and she heads over. I don't know where her tool belt would be other than on her hips, and she heads over and so just sort of slams down tankards. She doesn't even need to ask what Olog wants. He flicks a couple of coins at her, gives her a wink, and she heads off. Right then, here you go to shoulders and strength, eh? Shoulders and strength. And there's a few people around the table. Shoulders and strength.
Shoulders and strength.
Powers back
say-
the drink.
Can I throw mine back really, like, drink my drink down pretty quickly?
Yeah, you're on drink number 3,
and
so I
then-
feel like you need to both do con saves at this point.
Okay.
What I was
thanks.
gonna
just
do
have a
is try and, if she hasn't, like, drank her whole thing, I was gonna try and like push my empty one to hers and pull hers to me.
It depends if
Savor a little-
Caval's gonna drink it or not.
It was a Constitution save, right?
Yeah, the both of you are basically pissed now.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You're starting to like. You're actually like to Caval for some reason after the strenuous arm wrestle. Olog, while still being insanely ugly, looks ever so slightly more attractive. And the same goes for the other halfling whose name was Yar, in terms of Maina. And then let's take a quick moment to see what Damien and Leo are up to. Damien, you're stood sort of awkwardly by.
I kind of heard everything and see everything going on, and I realize at this point in time that they're belligerent, and I realize that like as they've been drinking for this little bit, I've been standing there listening. I realize that they're actually probably doing a really, really good job at getting the information out of this orc. So I literally am just sitting back there, and I look over where Leo's at too, and I look back at where they're at, and I look at where they're at, and I see what's going on with them. I look back over at what Leo's doing, and I just kind of fold my arms, and I just kind of continue to listen, and I look and hunker back down and sit back against the bar.
Has Leo rented a room yet?
No, I'm coming down the stairs, buckling my belt and drawing my zipper up. I'm walking down the stairs, and I see the table where they're at. And I just kind of go towards
Did you take
there.
both women upstairs? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Do you
Oh no!
remove 6 gold?
What?
Did you pay
Okay,
them,
I can
or
pay
did you
it.
just like not pay them? And...
I figured they'd like me, but I don't know.
No, when you were done, they stood up, they pulled out knives, and
Okay, yeah.
and
There we go.
and demanded 6 gold, and then they opened the door and let you out as they dress themselves, and you come downstairs.
Yeah, and I see
buckling your
the
belt.
table. Yeah, and I walk towards them to see what's going on, like if they dealt with this yet. So what do I see?
I mean, you just see that they're starting to look a little bleary-eyed. Damien is kind of hovering nearby. There's a particularly rough-looking, strong-looking pirate type moving towards Damien sort of slowly.
Okay, well, no, I'm moving towards the table where Maina is.
Yeah, I mean, they're just sort
I
of
guess-
sat around
yeah.
talking. They look a little drunk.
Wait, so I see someone moving towards Damien?
But you do notice someone
Um,
moving towards Damien slowly
Yeah, so, okay.
behind him.
Well, then I'll go towards Damien, I guess, and see, like, keep an eye on that person.
Yeah.
So nothing bad.
The person appears next to you, Damien, and says, "You're a dragonborn, then, are you? Or is it? Where are you from, then? Don't see many of you types around here." He's like his eyes are like half lidded. He's like wobbling a little bit.
I have my arms crossed, and I'm still just kind of looking at the ground. He's just talking to me, and I don't really notice he's completely talking to me until he says Dragonborn, and then I look up at him. I kind of like glare for a minute, but I don't glare in an angry way. I know he's drunk, and it's very obvious, and I just kind of like, I just kind of answer, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
I haven't seen much of your type around here. It's really interesting, but I wondered what you're doing here in Lusk.
What's your name?
My name?
And I put my hand out.
Wait, why are you asking me my name then?
I kind of slowly bring my hand back in, and I look him like real intently, and I get real serious for a minute, and I'm just gonna roll this because you're gonna tell me to.
What do you?
And I look down, and how tall is this guy compared to me?
He's probably about 6 foot. He's quite big. Like he's just super drunk.
Quite big?
Yeah.
Oh, just super drunk.
He looks
So
like
I look up
just
at
a
him, and I was
burly
looking with my arms crossed
pirate.
still. And I just kind of stare at him for a minute as he won't shake my hand and doesn't give me his name. And I just very calmly just say, "I don't really have the time for this right now, but if you'd like to know more here in a little bit, I might be free, or I might be in town for a few days, but right now I'm rather busy. And I get like my look is very like stern and serious, kind of like he should know that he needs to get away from me.
Yeah, he countered with a 9. And he just kind of looks up into your dragon face and says, I wasn't trying to be, I just was, you don't seem, I'm very sorry to have disturbed you. Here, this is a full mug of ale, take it. It's my gift to you. He hands over a half mug.
I reach over and very kind of confused and concerned look. I just kind of look at it and kind of like move the mug back and forth in my hand and just recross my arms with the mug in my hand and I just thank you.
He like
have a good night.
He stumbles backwards and then points over to the table with Olog and the others on and says, "You'll want to watch out for them. I tell you, they'll cut your tongue out for looking at them the wrong way." Stumbles back out of the way as Leo approaches you.
How are you?
That?
And I hand him the mug.
You would have heard most of it.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, well then I'd say, you gonna drink that?
And I hand him the mug. I just hand it to him. I don't say anything.
Fair.
I just kind of look back over at what's going on over at the table over there.
How's the ladies doing?
I think they're pissed. But
you think we should go and help
no.
them, perhaps? No?
I think that if we're going to get any information out of this orc, this is probably the easiest way for us to do it without any violence. And including that drunk gentleman you just saw stumbled up here, you heard what he said about that gentleman and his friends. I think we just continue to let them do what they're doing.
But they're pests, right?
Yes.
Well, how will they get information if they can barely speak?
Well, I've been hearing everything they've been talking about so far, and so far I've learned quite a bit.
Well, then can I sit next to you? And I grab a chair and pull it right next to them, and I guess I sit down and we both just cross our arms or something and look at them.
As you do so, we'll rejoin the drunken ladies, the now drunken ladies, and two already, probably by the time you arrived at the table, quite drunken others.
See, no, I didn't even like this.
And I'm just very drunk, and I'm like, I lean forward on the table with that elbow table pointing at Cabal, just slumped over.
I didn't even like this lady when I first met her. She is a right bitch.
Maina, shh. I just cover her face with my hand.
The other two are just laughing. They just don't even read anything into it. Olog just kind of says, "Yeah, he's a little bitch as well," and points at Yar, and Yar kind of laughs. Yeah, I suppose so. He's just kind of pissed off, but doesn't argue with him.
I'm gonna turn to Olag, and I don't know if it's the candlelight bouncing off your tusks or the alcohol, but you're not bad. You're okay.
I love you. He leans in.
Oh. Oh.
He's leaning in for a kiss.
Can I lean back and fall off my chair?
Yeah.
Clapping. Kaplunk.
I'm gonna
Kaplunk crash.
What do I need to roll?
recoil slightly, sort of sit up straight, like almost sober. Just
You recoil as Maina falls off of her chair. The other halfling jumps onto Maina. Kissy lips towards Maina on the ground, crawling over the floor towards you. There's a little bit of drool on one side of his mouth where he's so drunk, stumbling along the ground.
Can I reach
under the
back?
table?
Oh, they're under the table now. Jesus. Sorry, Maina.
You still think they got it?
I look over at like the fact that there's pretty much both on the ground to a certain degree, and I look back over at Leo and I just say, "Just wait."
Olog
Wait,
is looking kind of pissed off now. What?
Oh,
What? Don't you love
Oh.
me? You just said that you like my shoulders. You said I was strong. You said that the candle made my face look very pretty.
Oh no! Oleg, my dear, my sweet, my love. Maybe we should save this. Just you and I go somewhere a little more quiet, and we could make words at one another. And
Pushes his chair stool back, stands up. Come on then. Grabs your
wait,
hand.
what? We're going now? Wait, right now?
Well, ain't no time like the present. We can probably head down to my place and then come back here and finish the night off before the tavern closes. Come on.
Maynard.
So like I've made my way to my feet now, kind of like fighting off this guy.
We're supposed to go everywhere together. I don't want to get separated and lose it as I'm
Pushing away at the other like.
The other one is
sorry,
like
sweet
the other
chummy.
one is struggling to get up at this point. He's just
Okay.
like rolling around on the ground, kind of half laughing, half just absolutely devastated.
All right, so I'm up onto my feet then.
We're supposed to go
I just
through
grab
together.
by the wrist.
Yeah.
Well, you want to bring her along?
More the merrier.
He like looks
been with
under the
that
table.
halfling.
He looks under the table at the halfling who is now fast asleep. He's in there's a puddle of ale and he's just asleep in it, and you can see it sort of wettening his clothes. And the Olog looks back up and goes, "All right then, I suppose he's gone to sleep. This is a very interesting night indeed. Off to my place then. Follow me." And he heads over towards the bar. He pushes past Damien and Leo and past a couple of other people. You following him?
Yeah.
I'm just being like right behind.
All right. So he heads to the front door. The woman who was with him, Kelly. He says, "Oi, y'all's asleep under that table. Make sure no one robs him, will ya? I'll be back in a..." Well, and he kind of looks at Kaval. "I don't know, it could be all night, I suppose. I might be back, I might not." And heads over to the big burly dude behind the bar and just gives him like a signal. The burly man brings out these two long swords, which he, Olog, takes and slips into Turtles Leonardo style set of whatever they're called on his back, and then heads out. Quite rushed, trying to rush you two as well.
When I notice him and I notice them leaving, I let it happen and I kind of nudge Leo as they're getting ready to go out the front door, and I just tell him, I'm like, once they're gone for a couple seconds, we need to go out the door and slowly follow behind those two, because it is just to make sure this is just the orc, the half-orc, and those two. That's it.
Yeah, the woman who was with him at the table is heading back now past you and Leo towards the table to check on the halfling who's asleep under the table.
As she walks by, I kind of like slowly put my arm out to get her attention, and I stop her and I ask, "We need to go. May we have our weapon?"
Wait, you stop who? This is his friend. He had
This is just his
the
friend?
greasy,
I
the
thought
greasy
you were talking-
leather skinned woman
Okay.
with the piercings.
I apologize. I thought you were talking about the bartender. Ignore everything I just said.
No, yeah, he's just left the bartender who is in charge of the weapons and things.
I look at Leo and I just tell him we should slowly follow and we should get our weapons.
Do Maynard and Kaval take their weapons as well?
Yep.
Yes.
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 Preferably.
Okay, yeah, he hands over the big burly dude hands over your weapons, and Olog heads outside. As you start following, he looks back. He looks down at Kaval, only slightly down at Kaval, and the enormous piece of steel that you now have, great sword, and he goes, "Fuck me! Look at that!"
Well, I can handle a blade.
Let's have a go.
I'd rather. I'd rather not.
Go on.
And I,
I'm gonna have to say no.
out of
Maybe.
the background, as I walk out,
later.
I start laughing. I fake laugh, and I push Leo, and I act like I'm a little bit drunk, and I'm just like, "Ah, fight the orc! Fight him!
The orc.
Not you! Huh? Listen, he wants to spar with that woman.
He pushes.
Act like I have no clue who they are.
His face
like-
changes, like 100% changes from just like inquisitively jovial look of interest at the greatsword. He just moves Kaval to one side and says, "Who wants to fight? You? Fucking scaleskin scumbag. What the fuck? I tell you what, you've got a big old fucking greatsword as well. Here, give me that greatsword. I'll do greatsword versus greatsword with him." And
Is this for fun?
he's like motioning towards the greatsword in your hand again, Kaval.
And I look up and I continue just to act and play out like I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And I just say, Leo, I think he wants to fight me.
Oh.
And I look up at the orc and I'm just like, this is a gentleman's fight, correct?
The half-orc looks back at you and says, "There ain't no such thing as a gentleman's fight. Not here in Luskan." And he begins to draw a longsword. And with that, we'll go to our second break. I don't know why the fuck you provoked him, but heading into the second break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Go and get yourself a nice line of cocaine while you're on the toilet. I think that was the rule of tonight. And when we return, we'll see how the group decides to deal with a now weirdly kind of provoked half-orc.
I can't tell. Brad, I love you. I can't tell where you're going. I can't tell if he's actually pissed off and he's potentially on fire, or if he's just like drunk, like, oh, let's have fun.
I mean,
Like,
he's totally drunk, but he doesn't look like he's happy. But even in his most happy, he might not look like he's happy. So
exactly.
There's no way to tell.
We'll find out in a few minutes after the break.
Woo!
Hilarious.
Hello,
You're saying that 'cause you're
everyone.
drunk.
Okay. Oh, what? Oh God. What did you say? What are you saying? Hello. What?
What? Oh, shit. No, what?
Penis.
Penis.
STD.
Penis.
Everyone. Everyone.
Vagina.
Everyone
I said it
type
loud.
penis in the chat.
Penis in
Can they
chat.
get a penis 1, 2, 3?
Or
Penis
draw.
1, 2, 3 in the chat room.
Or draw a penis with an 8, some equals is and a capital D. Welcome back, everyone, to the Wolves of Water, where just before we went to a break there, someone shouted, "Fight the orc!" and the orc turned around and went, "Oh, fight ya," and started to draw a long sword. He has given up the idea of taking the great sword off of Kaval, and he's now looking towards my dear sweet Damien as he draws his sword. I need initiatives from everyone.
Before can we do anything before initiative though?
I mean, he's drawing a sword out and he's just gonna fucking attack you. So
Okay, all right, let's fucking go.
and I know you. I mean, you can attempt to speak to him if you roll an initiative first. Does that make sense?
yes.
What I'll do, I'll give you guys a little turn order here because that might be easier for you. No, I won't actually. Just roll me an initiative.
Oh, sweet fucking Christ.
A 1 from Damien. So on your character sheet in the middle, you have a little word that just says, so click on the word initiative. It's like dead in the center of the core page. That's it. So what do we have here? And then, sorry, I need to roll for the half-orc because I forgot that I also am involved in this thing. That's an 18. So he's bang on it. So it is Olog, next Maina, next Kaval. Oh wait, no, Leo, you need to roll.
Oh, what? Roll a what?
Did you roll? Oh, roll.
Initiative.
You have to roll
No.
initiative. So in the middle of your sheet, you've got
Yeah.
initiative. Just click on that.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
Another 9 with Maina going first. So it's Maina, then Leo, and then Kaval, and then Damien. So the very first thing that happens is that, I guess, Damien is sort of jovially pretending that somebody should, like, for a laugh, fight this dude. And this dude, classic drunken twat in a pub, takes it completely seriously, whips out only one of the 2 longswords that he's got on his back, and just runs towards you, Damien, swinging and slashing his longsword at you. 18. What is your AC?
14.
15?
14.
14. Which means this is going to hit you. So
Yep. I
is
knew this was coming.
this is some people's first kind of battle, so I'm going to take it slow. Basically, this means that he has beaten Damien's armor class number, so he then deals damage to him to the tune of 1d8 plus his strength modifier. It's an 11. So he comes running in and he just drives his longsword into your stomach. And he as he gets close to you, you can smell his breath again, and he's like, oh dear, looks like fighting the big old orc weren't a great idea. And he sort of kicks you back as he pulls the knife out from your stomach. Yeah.
As he does this, as he sticks it into my stomach, I don't move. I don't do anything. I just grab his hands when it's going into my stomach, even though it's a shit ton of damage, by the way.
Yeah.
And I just look at him, because I'm down to 3 hit points now, by the way.
Mhm.
Everybody should know. And I look up at him, and I just kind of look him right in the eyes, and I'm just like, that was an absolutely huge mistake.
Give me
And as he's pulling it out, pushing me back, when I go to fall backwards, I don't really fall backwards. I stumble a lot, because obviously I just got stabbed in the stomach.
yeah.
And I just sit there holding my stomach, and I just let a big groan out, and I just reach back for my great sword, and I just pull it out from behind my back, stand up straight. Well, about as straight as I can, because you're probably gonna have me bent down, because you probably kick me over.
He didn't
But-
kick you over. He just
Okay.
put a leg on you to pull his sword out. He just started turning around. Like, he assumes that you're fucked, dead, or not going to fight back anymore. And he turns around laughing towards Kaval and Maina. He just goes, I don't know why this Outlander, came out and started a fight with me. But in case you hadn't noticed, Outlander, I've got friends. Who have you got? This little poncy-looking bard? And with that, it is actually Maina's turn. So in front of you, Maina, is this huge half-orc. He's got a bloodied longsword in one hand, one in a scabbard on his back, and he's just sort of turning around. He's kind of doing that gladiator, is there no one else, but also kind of prancing around with it as some of the blood drips off the end. In front of him, I presume Damien is gripping a devastating wound in the stomach. There's a confused-looking Leo. What do you want to do? And feel free to question me on what you can do and things.
Okay, jeez.
You got so serious.
Good job, Tiger.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so I'm a rogue. Trying to think what I would do. I am extremely almost in shock at this happening. Because she liked the big guy. He was nice.
Yeah.
For the most part.
You're talking about me like I'm gonna die.
Well, at this point, we would assume it because you just saw you get stabbed
You
in the
got
belly, and
stabbed,
that's the worst kind of injury you can ever have. Can I have some sort of distraction before I attempt anything?
What do you mean?
If I was gonna try and step up, I don't know. Or kind of can I look back at the other guys like what are we gonna do? Do we have hand signals? This way.
I mean, you don't really
We're gonna
know each other, so there's
I know. So
probably
I'm
not
just
a
kind
lot
of
that you'll be able to garner. So here are things that you can do on your turn. You can obviously do your attacks and things like that. You have a bow, you have rapier, you have daggers. In terms of combat and stuff, your class is all about creeping in, sneaking up, and getting the drop on people and dealing extra damage. So you would never fight head on an orc.
Yeah.
You would slip in behind him and shove a dagger in his leg and deal a bunch of damage. That kind of
Okay,
thing.
so if while he was turning around, could I have slipped off to the side somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, so you can do all sorts of creeping in and out of stuff. You can also
Okay.
do a thing where you ready an action. So you can ready an action on a certain trigger. For example, you can look to Kaval. You can say to me, I ready an attack action. If Kaval looks like she runs in and attacks, I'll also attack. But it's getting a bit advanced. So it's up to you. Basically, you tell me
Okay.
generally what you want to do, and I'll tell you how that works mechanically.
Okay, well, can I kind of slip off to the side, maybe I wouldn't mind looking at Kaval and kind of giving her a cue, if it's gonna go down, I'm gonna go in there with you, but I'm gonna slip off to the side.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because
You're on
I'm
a
2'7".
crossroads, and there's plenty of little alleyways and shady areas for you to dive into. You're a halfling
okay,
as
do
well.
I need to roll anything for that?
If you're trying to hide,
Yeah.
then roll me a stealth check. Yeah, you dart into an alleyway, I presume, or a shadowy area
Okay.
just behind a barrel or somebody. And do you want to do a readied action so you can basically let off an arrow if Kaval does something specific?
Can I keep it trained on his throat, his neck?
Yeah. What is the
Okay.
trigger? What is the go for Maina? Is it if Kaval does an attack?
Yeah, if she goes into it, if she goes into attack,
Okay, yeah, all right. So
or confront it.
yeah, so we see Maina just slip off. She just disappears basically into a shadow. She's tiny, she's small, she's got her hood back up, and Maina just draws her bow out and knocks an arrow, prepares to let loose, but she's kind of more intently watching Kaval. However, it is Leo's turn first. What do you want to do, Leo?
I want to try some spells now that I have as a bard.
Yes.
I would like to try to put Ogre to sleep with my sleep. Also, though, before that, can I do checks and stuff? Can I check my surroundings if anything of interest, like something I could drop on him, like if he's standing under something?
Yeah. So depending on how heavy the skill check is, like if it's a really like an interaction-y type thing, then it might cost you your entire action. But just a quick look around, you can roll me a perception check to see if there's anything you can drop on him.
Okay.
The only real thing that you could drop on him, if you had the power to do so, is the actual balcony of part of the Cutlass Tavern above you. But it would drop on you, 2 or 3 people standing by, and Tiger and the orc.
Yeah, no. Okay, well then I have to try to put him to sleep.
Okay.
With my sleep spell.
So, click on sleep, cast your sleep spell. The way sleep works is that you need to do a certain amount of damage kind of thing. You roll 5d8 dice. The amount of the combined amount of those individual dice, if they are higher than his HP, then that will put him to sleep. And how does this look when you do it?
Oh shit, sorry. Wait, did you want me to roll 5d8?
No, you did it. So if you hover over that 15,
I did that one.
so you rolled a 15.
Yeah.
If you hover over it, you can see that you rolled an 8, a 2, a 1, a 3, and a 1. How does it look though when you're actually casting the spell?
No, I just because I'm presuming I'm on the other, like I'm not close. I'm like next by him. What do you mean? How does it look? I just kind of take out my lute and drag a chord, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, did you have any sort of weird like magical effects that come off of it? Is it the type of thing where you just play a lullaby like a Jigglypuff, or are you just kind of singing a song and it's your eyes flare up or something or anything like that? Is there any sort of special arcane?
I'm humming a tune that gains his, like takes his concentration.
Yeah,
you know?
And as Leo starts humming a tune, the orc is kind of turning in circles. Like there's actually a handful of pirates and people stood around, kind of like nervously laughing. Kind of, they appear to be more on his side because they're more afraid of him than any of you. You're just outsiders, and you've picked a fight on one of the hardest people in town, kind of thing. And he's obviously turned around and stabbed one of you.
He's like the biggest guy in jail.
Yeah, and he's just sort of turning around, and then this humming moves in, and his eyes start to close a little bit, and he starts to stumble, and he looks. His eyes make contact with yours, Leo, and then he falls asleep, face down in the dirt. You needed a 15. And yeah, he just bam hits the ground, face down. He is asleep arcanely, so it's a magical sleep. So basically, the only real way to wake him up is to sort of push him around, particularly slap him, actively try and wake him up. But you will be aware, Leo, that it only lasts for a minute, I think.
Oh no!
Yeah,
well, a minute
1 minute.
Is a minute. Yeah.
Oh no! When's
Okay.
RP gonna kick back in? Because this is bad.
Now, he's asleep on the
Okay.
ground in front of you. You've got a minute.
Seriously, as Leo puts him to sleep, I start walking. Because is it back into like? Can I just walk now?
I mean,
Or
yeah,
is
you
he,
can.
Like, are
You
we still in
can.
combat?
No, you're essentially out of combat.
Okay.
If you want to
I
be.
start walking over, and my greatsword is still out, and I go into rage, if that makes sense. Which, if it doesn't, it adds +2 damage to my attacks, gives me resist to bludgeon, pierce, and slashes, and I have advantage to strength checks and saves.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me that he's just been put out. I'm going to go into a little bit of quick backstory for Damien real quick before this next part goes on, because I'm going to warn the newbies that the fight's probably not done. Because I'm going to wake him up.
Thanks.
So a quick backstory for Damien. He, with everything that's going on earlier in the episode with the orcs and everything, basically Damien was taken a long time ago from his tribe of barbarians that he was at, when he first, basically at his age, made an agreement to leave his clan to go with a teacher for the cloistered scholars. Now, what happens with this is, while they are on their way there, basically, like while he's being taken there, he runs into a group of greenskins. And this group of greenskins, he's always had problems with orcs because he just naturally, his clan didn't get along with orc clans. And this one particular greenskin tribe got a hold of him and the cloistered scholar teacher. There's not really a name to him yet. That was walking, basically taking him there. And when Damien was just a young child at this point in time, basically almost a teenager, this clan took him and the cloistered scholar, and for lack of better words, it wasn't good. There'll be more details throughout the story with what happened with that, but it wasn't good, and the distaste for Damien and anything of green skin is very, very, very high, but he's very intelligent for being a barbarian, so he knows not to always just lose his cool, but he's just been stabbed in the stomach. So going back into roleplay,
Yep.
I literally see Leo put him to sleep, and I ignore everything. I walk up to the orc, and I put my hands when he's on the ground, and I pick him up if I can, and if you want me to roll for it, I will. I'd like to pick him up by his neck and wake him up because I'm picking him up basically by his neck.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Athletics check?
Yeah, it's not like quite as Arnold Schwarzenegger as you'd probably hope, but you managed to pick him up, probably 2 hands, and just lift him up. He's pretty big and pretty damn heavy, and you'd have to lift him up very high to beat his like 6'7" stature, but you lift him up by his neck. It doesn't actually wake him up, he's just asleep in your hands.
Well, this just got way worse then. As he's sitting there and he doesn't wake up from that, I reach back, and with my one hand that's still, well, I don't reach back. I still have my one hand grabbing my greatsword again, and I just wrench it back as far as I can, and I just stick it into his stomach.
So, do you throw him back down on the ground though? Because
nope, I'm hoping it wakes him up, and I'm hoping he says something.
So you're gonna hit him with the greatsword and hold him in the air.
If capable.
No, greatsword takes 2 hands, and it takes 2
I
hands
meant
to
with
hold
the
him
great,
up.
like after, like when I plunge it into him, like he's sitting there on the greatsword.
Oh,
like
so
I'm
you're
holding
gonna
it down.
okay, I see. Then yeah, give me an attack roll, but you hit, and it's also a critical hit.
Okay. Okay. So we haven't done the greatsword yet. So you just want me to click on the greatsword for this one?
Click on greatsword and give me damage because it's just a hit.
Okay.
And then do now roll me another 2d6. So
11?
6, 9, 11. And yeah, I mean, he just you power this great sword until you place him in on the great sword kind of thing and impale him, and you just completely skewer him. It wakes him up with a kind of a, and he's just got this enormous great sword sticking out of him. Technically, Kaval, how do you react?
Well, is he sort of in shock, still bleeding from his stomach?
You now have an impaled half-orc who wakes up. He's got an enormous greatsword sticking from his stomach, and he looks like it's probably a fatal wound, but he's not dead. He's kind of screaming out. In front of him is this wild-eyed dragonborn who is just also bleeding from a devastating wound to the stomach. He looks particularly angry because he's in a rage kind of mode, and you may react now in some way.
Did we add that rage damage, by the way?
No, add the rage damage. What is it, 2?
13 then?
13 in total?
Yep.
Yeah, he looks even more funked up, but he's still basically in the same position. He's gonna die if he's just left there or something. But he's not dead. He's kind of going, blood pouring from his mouth. There's just a devastating wound. He sort of tries clawing at his back for his other sword, but every move sends a devastating wince of pain through his body, a lance of pain, and you're behind him. You're just behind this impaled thing. There's a few people stood around just very quietly. They've just all hushed up like a and then Kaval may react.
Oh God! Just I guess out of character. It's annoying because I guess it conflicts with my character because I guess it was just a conspiracy to kill this captain, wasn't it? Like because I want to get involved, but I don't think I can. No. And Damien's still bleeding, right?
Damien is still bleeding in front of you. Yeah.
All right. I have spells. I'm gonna make my way.
I don't think you do
over
have spells
to-
yet.
Yeah, I've got is it lay on hands? Your blessed touch can heal wounds. You have a pool of healing power that replenishes when
Oh,
you
do
take
you
a long
have that at
rest.
level 1? Sorry, I didn't know if you had that at level 1.
I don't know. It's in.
Is it on
in
your thing?
here.
Then you have it,
It's
yeah.
in bio.
Yeah. Ignore
Okay.
me.
Okay. I think I'm gonna heal my good friend Damien, even if he is in a blind rage. But come on, sweetheart. I think you need to calm down a little bit after that. All right? Just slap him on the ass and.
Slap him on the arse and this divine energy. If you see on this main page here, on the right, you've got lay on hands and it says 5. So you can hand out
wait,
on the
how
main
do I-
page core. On the very right hand side, you've got 5. It says total and then 5 underneath lay on hands. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
I
boxes
am
down.
blind right now.
Right hand column. Slowly make your
Uh-huh.
eyes go down till you see the number 5.
I don't see it. Am I blind?
Do you?
Oh wait. Do I even have it now? Oh no, there it is. I see it. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Apologies.
so that's how many. It's okay. That's how many points you can give him back to his HP. So you can give him all 5. You can give him 1, but then mark on this how many of you've used, basically. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, it is getting late. Maybe we'll have a rest later. I'll hook him up.
Hooking
a
up
5.
with 5. All right. So slaps Damien on the butt. Let me read what it just says. I think it's an action, isn't it? Yes. So you give Damien 5 HP back with a divine slap to the butt. And Damien, you have 5 HP returned to you from inside the tavern. You hear a female shriek. Let's see. Leo, Caval, and Damien are probably in front of the doorway, so you can probably see at this point. Give me perception checks. Caval's too busy caressing Damien's butt and healing him, but then this shriek goes up, and Leo and Damien, you both see that leathery kind of pierced woman that was sat originally with Olog and Jarl the halfling. She stands up. Just beyond her, the halfling stumbles to his feet as well, looking up at her, but she screeches, and you see that she has her eyes trained on this impaled half-orc just outside the door. And she starts to move towards you. You see her bustling people out of the way, and she goes to reach for something in her pocket, but that is essentially all she does on her turn, which brings us back round to Olog in front of impaled.
Let's go.
Impaled.
Don't
Olog.
die, David.
Olog reaches back. Let me see. I'm going to give him some sort of dex check to see if he can actually reach his thing. He can. That was a 19. So he reaches back and manages to bring out this other longsword that he has, and he swings it, driving it in a slicing arc down the front of Damien. Get ready for this, because this is a critical strike as he slices down the front of Damien. A terrible straight wound just from the side of your neck straight down your chest to your sort of navel area, just as you're carved open as a second wound. And Damien takes how much reduction?
Let's see. I've got 2 of the damage: resistance to blood, pierce, and slash.
Resistance.
And advantage on strength checks and saves. That's all it says.
Okay, so resistance means you take half damage rounded down.
Okay.
So as this thing starts cutting forward into you, you feel the bite of the sword. You feel it cut downwards, but you know that your pure fury, this white hot fury, is going to allow you to stay conscious. I think as it deals 5 damage.
Okay, I'm back on 6 again.
All right, so he slices down the front of Damien, but then as the sword reaches Damien's navel, he actually just lets the sword drop to the ground. Pling! There's a clang as the iron hits the ground, and Olog kind of more blood pouring from his mouth. His head starts to wobble and loll, He looks
He's
like
still in my greatsword right now, by the way, too, right?
Yeah, he's basically stuck. He's almost he's sort of almost on his knees, and he's just kind of like lolling about. He looks like a baby when they can't control their neck yet. He's kind of doing that on a greatsword, just out of it almost completely now. Maina, it's your turn. You are hidden.
Okay. Can I? Okay, so I see the woman. She's approaching. She's reached into her.
You don't see her because you're sort of round a corner in like an alleyway area in like a shadow. You're not too far away, but you're not far enough away to see inside the door. So you're technically unaware that she's going. You probably heard the screech, but there's been screams, you know, and shocked gasps for the last sort of 30 seconds.
Can I kind of like just step out and look around the area to see if I see any of his friends or anyone kind of like approaching at this moment? To see if we're safe, because I don't really, because if he's already kind of lolling, like I can't heal, said, you know, oh boy.
The immediate area around you, everyone is just kind of like edging backwards. Like a lot of them look like this is a fairly common occurrence, but this is quite brutal. What has happened to Olog, this sort of fairly famous figure around town? So they're kind of like in a state of shock and confusion mostly, and just edging backwards. If you move into the doorways kind of range, then you'll see this woman running out. She's clearly running out. Behind her, you'll probably see that the halfling is starting to sort of like shake his head and try and get his wits together, but he was blind drunk.
Okay, so I look and I do see now, since I've kind of stepped out and looked around a bit. Can I don't know what I would roll, like see if she's heading towards Damien?
Oh, she's 100% just running forward. She's like tugging at like something on her belt, like a dagger.
Can I go to, because I've already got my arrow notched, yeah? Yeah. Can I go to like shoot her instead?
Yeah. If you want to just fire an arrow into a crowded tavern through the doorway.
I don't know. Like, I mean, if she's out running towards him.
She's
you know
like,
I mean?
she's about halfway through the tavern, so she's just like, she's bustling through people, pushing them out of the way.
Okay,
She's
well, let me keep it trained on her.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
because I don't want to shoot like into the tavern, but if she like when she breaks the entrance, like if she's still coming,
then you'll let fly.
Yeah.
Let slip the arrows of war. All right. So another readied action from Maina, and basically as soon as she has a clear shot, she's going to take it on this other person running outwards. So then we come back round to Leo. Which is Pony. What do you want to do?
Yeah. I still got one spell right, because I can't fight. My character is shit at fighting. I guess that
none of you
how
were
much
meant
health
to be fighting.
I know! Okay, wait. Damien's health is at like what now?
I'm at 6.
He looks,
yeah, because I was thinking about using my
he looks wild as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about using my healing word.
Mm-hmm. You can heal him.
I don't know, or my mage hand, because that's a cantrip, but I think that healing word would be the best.
Well, you can do both, because healing word takes a bonus action, so you'd still have like a main action. You're basically an accomplished enough mage that you can sort of in a fleeting moment quickly go, and you're healed for a tiny amount, but here's what I'm mainly going to do. You can still swing a rapier, or you can still cast another like a cantrip or something like that.
Okay. Fuck, I don't want to get involved. I want to die. Okay, wait. So what am I looking at? What is
Okay.
Olgar and Damien doing?
want to die.
So
You're not gonna die.
I'm not. I'm saying talking about you, and I'm sitting here like bleeding out.
Yeah, you're not
So-
gonna die.
I want to die, says the wee little bun.
So Leo, you're just in front of the door. Just to
Yeah.
one side of you is Damien. He's got a couple of devastating wounds on him, but he looks kind of okay. He's still up and he's just raging out and crazy. Just in front of both of you, on the ground, impaled on a greatsword, is a half-orc man who's just kind of lolling about. Doesn't really look like he's with it anymore. Maina has just skidded into position in front of you and is aiming an arrow at what would at first glance look like you, but is almost definitely beyond you into the doorway behind you. And just behind Damien, touching his butt, or just maybe just
caressing it and whispering.
Firm
no.
grasp.
just finished grasping
Just a handful.
on the butt is Kaval.
All right.
So you're all pretty close in together, and you're all just in front of the door now. And all of this is happening. Just it's like 5 foot away from the front door of this tavern, where there
What
is
is
this
the-
screeching woman running towards you.
But what is the other halfling doing?
The one that was asleep.
Wasn't he with us out? I thought okay. So it was only Olgar and Kaval and Maina going out.
Yeah.
I thought. Oh, okay.
He was
okay.
like
Well, then-
asleep under the table. He's been woken up, but he's
Yeah.
still all
Yeah.
the way at the back of the tavern.
And
The
and I
woman
do
is
not
running
see the
towards
woman running behind me, right? I don't see that.
you. I mean, you can glance over your shoulder and you'll probably see it. Yeah. I'll allow.
Yeah, but I don't know if I should try to fucking attack. Okay. I will heal my bro, Damien,
All right.
with
so-
healing word, and I will try to use my rapier on the beast.
You're gonna try and kill the guy. All right. So
Well, if it's only or okay, no. Okay, this is what I'll do. Sorry, Sal. This is what I'll do. I'll heal him, of course.
Okay.
But I would like to try to look around me to see if I can see her running out.
you can do that as like a free action. So yeah, you can see her.
Okay, well, we'll do that. Is that
Feel free to
perception?
cast the healing word, because you can do that pretty much
Okay,
at any point.
Yes. I'll do that now. Add spells. Healing word.
Yeah.
It's not doing.
You just have to
It's not
click on
doing
the word.
anything. I'm
Oh,
clicking
really?
it. Oh wait. What the?
Click on the words
word?
healing word.
Oh, there. Level 1. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so you let off this healing strum of a lute, I presume. Let's have a look. No, you can just say, "You are healed," and he will heal, because this requires
You're gonna
only,
be okay.
It requires only a verbal component, and as he says, you're going to be okay. Damien, you suddenly, your wounds on your front, you feel them close a little further, and you're healed for 8 HP, and then you can use your main action now to do something more physical.
I was gonna look around, and if I see her, I want to lock the door with my mage hand. Can I do that?
You can lock the door with your real hands if you want. You're close enough.
Yeah. Okay, I guess, but I don't know she's behind me. Like, I'm very role playing this. I don't know she's running up.
I mean,
So
she
would
let
need to do
out a
perception check.
crazy screech. So if you didn't turn around and see that, that's fair
Yeah.
enough. But I imagine that as soon as you heard like this wild scream,
Okay.
Then
well,
I
was gonna
assumed
hold
that-
off the door.
because you rolled a perception check, didn't you? Hang on, 14. Yeah, that perception check was to see if you saw her and heard her and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you saw
So
her.
do I do a perception?
You've already
Okay,
done
sorry.
it. That 14 that you rolled
Uh,
previously was to see her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I would like to hold off the door as she is running out.
All right. Give me like
after I healed her.
a sleight of hand check to see how dexterous under a stressful situation you are at dealing with this thing. Bam! Slams the door closed. And do you wedge it closed or anything like that? You don't have a key.
Yeah, no, I'll just keep holding it because that's all I can do pretty much. I'll just keep holding it.
Okay, so yeah, the door bang closes, and this woman behind it, you hear a muffled as she heads towards you guys. Kaval, it is your turn.
Oh, good lord. Good lord.
I mean,
Oh
I still
my
got
God.
2 HP missing, so.
Yeah.
We've healed you a shit ton. Come on.
Brad, when
This
you
one's
when
a
you
good
said
booty
when
touch
you
again.
said that he healed me, and I saw that was for 8, and I was like, my max health is 16. I'm at 14. You're like, Your wounds are almost healed. I was like, you're damn right they are.
I can't heal you.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to. You do what you want.
Yeah, we kind of don't need to now. We just need to get kill the fuck. Okay.
You can run. You don't have
I
to.
don't wanna run.
You're not locked in. You know, you guys can do basically anything you want. If he was like more conscious, then he might. Usually, if you run out of like a person's threat range, they get like a free attack on you, kind of thing. But he basically looks unconscious to the point where he doesn't look like he's really with it. He's not even holding any weapons. He's just impaled. There are 2 bloodied long swords on the ground next to him, but.
Well, I don't want to kill anyone, but I do want to push Leo out of the way of the door with, pull my right fist back and swing the door open with my left hand and punch the poor woman screaming and running through the door right in the face. If that's possible.
All right, so you're gonna help Leo with the door, or you're just gonna.
I'm gonna push him out the way of the door and punch this bitch in the face.
What the hell?
Okay, so you're just gonna. All right. So you just come running in and just push Leo to one side, open the door, and on the other side
Pop
of it,
my fist back.
there's a woman, and yeah, you.
Well, she's in a blind rage. She's reaching for a belt. I'm gonna crack her square in the jaw.
All right, yeah. So give me. So what you need to do is an unarmed strike, which is a D20 plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency. So
how the fuddy-duddy do I do that?
it's a D20 plus 4. I'll give you. I will for next week.
Wait.
Give you an unarmed strike as a button that you can press.
Okay.
At the moment, you've got a greatsword, javelin, and bananas. So I will add into that an unarmed strike for you. But for now, just go on to the
Okay.
dice roll. Okay, so that is a
About that roll.
that is a 1. That is a 1 plus 4. But a critical 1 is always a critical 1. So basically, you push open, you push Leo out of the way. You open the door, and as you do so, you just fall over. You just slip. Looking down at the ground, there is a banana skin on the ground, and you slip on this banana skin and just crash into the ground in this doorway. So, I don't know why you lot are fighting anymore. I don't know why. This is the worst. Not only is this an unnecessary combat because it was going so well. Not only was it going so well, but when you actually entered the combat, it's the worst combat ever. All right, so. So basically, you open the door, and there's a woman. She's just in front of you, and you just slip on a banana peel as you wind up like this big like Donkey Kong punch. You just boom, slam face first into the ground and stumble. It's really devastatingly embarrassing. Under any other
Technically, would the girl
circumstances,
know?
it would be hysterical.
Would the girl really know that she was going after her then, or would it just look like she just walked in and fell down like, who's this dumb girl?
Let's see. Hang on. Whose turn is it? It is. Yeah, it's her turn, and she's just in front. Yeah, so she just sees this paladin fall over, and I guess what she's gonna do is she's gonna run over the paladin because the paladin is irrelevant to this woman right now, and
Oh fuck.
she's gonna run out the door. Leo has been pushed out of the way, so the only person in her way right now is the person who she saw. No, Maina, you're behind everything going on. You're far enough back. Oh, actually, you had a readied action. You may fire your bow at this point as the door opens up, and
Come on.
as soon as Kaval's head drops out of sight, you have a clear shot on this woman, and you fire an arrow. It flies through the doorway. The woman just moves her horrible leathery face to the right, and the arrow flies into the bar. It hits the far wall, far up into a top corner. It doesn't hit anyone. It just hits into a wooden beam in the background as you just miss this woman, and she comes running out. She draws a dagger, and she slices it at my dear sweet young man, Mr. Damien Dark Sparrow, because
let her.
she doesn't understand what's going on
Just
right
let
now.
her.
It's she stumbles over this huge paladin and just swings this thing at Damien, who presumably sidesteps it very
I'm gonna
easily
go ahead.
on a 9.
You know what you should say? I have it. Can I say what happens?
Yeah,
Can I
go
do
for
it.
it. Yeah.
Ooh, I got this. So when she comes to stab me with the dagger, I still have him. Like, I'm still just two-handed, just looking this orc dead in the eyes. I don't even notice that she goes to stab my back as the knife doesn't even go in. It just, like, pings off of my back.
Yeah.
Off of a part of the armor that I've got slashed my scales.
Yeah.
And just kind of pings as her arm flies back.
Ping! Yeah, and she lets out another screech. Ah! Get off him! And who is next? Let's see. Oh, it's technically the little halfling. So anybody who is looking in the bar, probably Kaval, as you're like lifting your head up from this horrible wooden.
I'm bright red. My face is bright red. I'm very embarrassed right now. Okay.
You'll see the halfling, but he's moving as nimbly as he can. Normally, a halfling would be able to just dip through everybody's legs and things like that, but he's super drunk and he's just woken up and he's just trying to work out what's going on. He sees that the other willy boys are being attacked and he's running as fast as he can, but he's not making great ground. And you see him, he is heading towards the doorway though, but he's only about halfway through the bar at this point, stumbling to one side. He also seems to be pulling a dagger out from one side. And then it is Damien's turn.
So, back to my turn on there. Since I'm holding him with the greatsword in there, so I'm still kind of like, this is kind of reminding me back to a time when I had to like shoot someone with electricity and I just held on to it for a while. So as I'm inside of him, I want to roll to see if I can pull this sword up through his stomach, through the left side of his shoulder. So literally almost cutting him in half. But if it works, I have something to say to him before I do it.
So you're going to try and like pull him...
Literally cut him in half if I can do enough damage.
I mean, yeah, just give me an attack roll kind of thing. Yeah, with the damage. So that's a 9 plus your rage stuff.
Plus, yeah, so it's 2. So it's 11. What's it mean 9 plus 8? Why is it saying that?
So basically the one on the right was a crit. So if you had advantage on this attack, which basically you do.
Yeah, I do.
When I think about it, you kind of basically... I mean, you need to do 2 damage to him. So either way, yes, you cut him in half.
Oh.
So you tell me how this goes. Go for it.
So I look up at the orc after feeling that little ping on my back, and like I kind of come in real close to his face as he's kind of like hunched over, almost pretty much dead, and like I just kind of look at him, and there's a part of me that feels real good. Like the part of it that's a barbarian and is crazy and is enraged right now is just like thriving on this and feels absolutely incredible. But the other part of me that's really intelligent and really isn't doing this out of rage, is doing this out of pure revenge, basically, to a certain degree, looks at him right in the eyes and is just like, you should have never drawn your sword against me. And as he does that, I just rip the great sword. Like I make, and I just grip it through him as hard as I can, and he just splits up in the end half. And then I'll let Brad take where he wants him to die from here.
Yeah, there's a terrible tearing sound as this half-orc's flesh just opens even further up. There's a sickening splash as there's just a heavy, thick load of blood that pumps out as this half-orc's body is rend in two, and almost in two, probably like in like as like half of this body falls away. A load of gungy blood falls to the ground, splashes up, probably goes up some of your feet. Maina, Leo, and Damien, your boots probably get a splash of blood because this is just a huge, horrific wound.
Who's covered?
The half orc's body just lolls and rolls. It rolls to one side, landing like with a thud. There's a couple more screams from people. The loudest being from the woman next to you. She sort of drops the dagger and falls to her knees and screams out, "No!" And she sort of attempts to make her way towards him. She's sort of on all fours, crawling over. She looks completely and utterly destroyed, shocked, upset, heartbroken at the sight of this half-orc's dead body, so brutally and savagely ripped in almost in two. And Mayna, it's your turn. You just witnessed a horrific murder.
So I kind of like put my hands up to my head, almost kind of in like shock, like looking at the like scene of him just being split in fucking half, and there's blood and it's everywhere, and he's just like, fucking shit, and like a panicked just, and I kind of look over and like kind of look to kind of like check to make sure everybody's like kind of check in, like a gaze at everyone, and look to the door to see if anyone else is coming out. Can I roll?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Yeah, you can't see anyone coming out. There's people that are starting to actually gather around the doorway now, and like just get a good look at whatever the fuck is going on out here. But you can't see anyone like rushing towards you, even though there is the halfling is in there running as fast as he can.
All right. Can I like look at him and be like,
We need to go. We need to get out of here.
kind of like in a panicked kind of like, this is not good.
Mm-hmm.
The way this just went down.
If anyone is intending on attacking this woman or waiting for the halfling to come out and attack them, then we'll stay in combat. If you guys want to fucking run, then you can run.
I want to run.
Yeah.
So fast.
Tiger?
I'm okay with running, but I have something to say first before we run.
Yeah, go for it.
Are we running then? Are we doing that?
Let's bloody scalp her.
As they're sitting there and like those three just kind of take off running, I'm still just kind of standing there, like kind of enraged still, but like I know everything that's going on. Like I have complete control, even though it looks like I don't. And I'm just kind of sitting there, like swords in one hand, sitting on the ground, other hands at my side, and I just kind of look back at the people that are potentially coming out of the bar. And instead of running, I just kind of like quickly walk behind them, dragging the great sword.
Okay, yeah, so you gather up your great sword. Leo, Mayna, and Kaval all agree that they should run, and you swiftly move out. Are you heading back towards the Seven Sails Inn, or are you trying to go somewhere specific?
I think it would be good if we potentially tried to find, well, Peanut.
Yeah, so you can head towards Rat Alley, so you could head back down the way you came before.
Can I argue that
we're
we
not
might
far
not
from
be
it
good?
It might not be too good if we try and find Peanut right now with what just happened. We need to gather ourselves, but I don't want to stay here.
Well, we should find Peanut, then leave. Because if we stay here, we're going to be attacked, most likely by a few more, but if we stay in this town, that's going to happen either way. We need to find Peanut, and we need to leave. And side note, I don't apologize for any of that. It had to happen.
The woman has reached the body of Olog, and she's starting to sort of, like, look him over and pat him. She might turn her head in a moment. The halfling's still making his way through the bar. He'll be there soon.
Fuck it, let's just go. Come on.
Let's go.
I just
like
start
take off
walking
down the
towards
road,
where I
yeah.
think Peanut's at. I just start walking towards Rat Alley no matter what.
Okay, so you can
Maybe
head...
we should start running.
Yeah,
I'm
come
already
on.
running. I'm way ahead.
You start running as fast as you can towards Rat Alley, and there's a few people behind you that are kind of hands to mouths, shocked looks at what's just happened. They can't believe that they've just witnessed this half-orc, Olog, this big old brute get cut down, and you guys run all the way back down to Rat Alley. Nobody seems to have followed you because this is like a crazy situation. It is quite late now, though. It is about 10 p.m. And You arrive at the edge of Rat Alley, and you look down it once again. You're at the same place that you were at the beginning, where you're looking down the alleyway, and it doesn't appear that there's anybody down there.
Nobody's down there. Can I do a perception check to the entire area around us?
Sure. Do you have dark
I assume
vision?
you pretty much told us everything. I think, do I have dark vision as a dragonborn? I don't. Unless it's like a perk of a dragonborn. I don't think I have it. I can't
I
remember.
actually don't know.
I don't know either.
Because I'm the best DM. Doesn't look.
I mean, I've
like
got the
it.
book right by me.
See if it says it somewhere on here. I mean, I probably would have put it on your sheet.
That's what I was thinking too. I thought you would have put it on. That's why I don't think I actually have it. Because you're pretty good about that.
I do forget things sometimes, though. Like, I literally don't know Dragonborn's get it. Alright, well, I guess not.
Yeah, we'll say no. I don't think I have it.
Okay, so yeah, the alleyway is like super dark because it's nighttime, and the alleyway isn't lit up by the torches that the road is. So anybody with dark vision can have a much better chance of seeing down there. Everybody without will have disadvantage. For example, that is the 4. So looking down the alleyway, you basically can't make out anything. It's just a pitch black alleyway.
So I look over at where, because we think he's around there, and there's no one around whatsoever? Like, there's literally no one.
No, you're pretty much alone at this point. You're at the top of the alleyway. There's nobody here. Nobody seems to have followed you.
I look over at everybody else, and I just kind of, hey, this is where he was at last time, if we're correct, right?
Yeah, but I remember he said he would
Well, he's
only
not
be
here.
Obviously.
What?
He said he would be here like around noon. Not just any time in the night. He could be anywhere in town.
And I'm trying to figure out what to do, but the barbarian in me is just super frustrated. And I look over at Leon, and I just kind of stare at him for a minute.
That's not my name.
Leon. Did I say Leon?
Yeah.
Well, you're now
No,
Leon.
I thought you guys were bros.
My name's Leo. Yes, what?
Sorry. Listen. And I look around a
listening.
little bit. Isn't there like a little grate? If I'm correct, is that right?
You want to see for the little see if there's
For the
any
grate?
sewer grates?
Yes.
Yeah, give me a perception check. I don't think there was one at the end. Like, I didn't mention there was one at the end of this. It was at the other end of the road that you saw it.
Okay.
You're closer to the area where during the day the market stall was, where the old woman was who was selling the dolls. You're closer to like that end.
Oh no, Brad! Why?
There's no one there. There's no one around. All of the market
All right,
stalls have closed up. It's nighttime. It's just a very empty back road.
I notice where we're at. I see where we're at, and I go over to the market door, wherever the door is where that old lady was.
No, it was like a
And-
stall. She had like a stall, but it's not there anymore.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like her own little area. Okay.
She's like
So
her
we
own
never
little
found where
market
she
stall.
lived, did we? Because we actually never went back with her, did we?
No.
Regret.
Huh.
I gotta ask, can I use my vicious mockery to scream out? Because it's loud, right?
I mean,
Can I choose what to say?
Yeah, you can choose what to say. I mean, vicious mockery is more like a psychic blast of damage, though, as opposed to there is a cantrip called thaumaturgy, which allows you to shout just ridiculously loudly, it's like a ultra megaphone.
Well, vicious mockery, would that help me in screaming out for Peanut?
Not really.
Or
It's
should I
more-
just scream? Because that's what I would try to do, just scream out for Peanut.
Yeah, I mean, you can shout down the alleyway for Peanut.
What do I roll?
Nothing. You just shout down the alleyway as loud as you can.
I was just hoping he'd roll his own d20. If it was a 1, he's just like, Peanut.
No, he can shout. He doesn't need. There's not much luck involved in shouting.
It's just funny to think about.
Yeah, there's no response.
All right.
I look over at Leo. I think our best choice then, if we can't find him, is we're going to need to probably go somewhere or sleep somewhere. Was there any of those grates?
Yeah, so there is one sort of a little further on from where you are, like 15 feet away from where you are.
Okay. I look over at Leo again. Leo,
Yes.
the grate over there. Remember the one that you spit on?
Yes.
Even though that's probably not the one.
Yeah, it's not really.
You go over there and see that yell you did real quick. Can you yell down there and see if you can get anything's attention? And maybe something can find Peanut for us. You might have to give them a little copper, though, and maybe apologize to them if it's the same person you spit on.
Well,
I think I
let's hope
have
it's
something.
not.
I think I have something that might help, and I toss Leo a banana.
Oh.
Full circle.
What the hell? What? Why do I need this?
Trust me. Go on. As you were.
Fine.
We haven't got all day.
Yeah, I'm walking towards the sewers,
Yeah.
and I scream out like, "Hey! Hey! Hey!"
Like there's a couple of moments that pass, and you probably think something's not really going to happen, and then there's a sort of soft tap 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 tap, and then the pair of little yellow eyes peer up at you. There's just enough like lamplight to be able to make out this little creature, and he says,
Yes, you're looking for me?
No, I'm looking for Peanut.
Who is Peanut? My name is Tater.
All right. Do you know of a man named Peanut?
No. I don't know any men. Men don't like me.
All right. I look over to Damien, and I guess I'm like, what do we? He doesn't know what Peanut is.
I walk over because I just can't handle how in my head how I feel Leo doesn't understand what he should be doing. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm just shaking my head. And I walk over and I lean down real close to Tater. You, Tater.
I'm Tater.
And I grab the banana out of Leo's hand, if it's allowed.
What is that?
Yeah.
And I look down. You like bananas.
Is that a banana?
It might be.
I want a banana.
Do you know a gentleman or creature named Peanut?
No.
I told you.
My name is Tater.
I look back. I look back at Caval, and I wave my hand to throw another banana at me.
All right. I toss him another banana.
I catch it, and I look back down, and I just kind of wiggle 2 bananas in front of his face at this point in time. I'm like, do you know anybody named Peanut?
No. My name is Tater.
Tater, will you do me a favor? Do you want these bananas?
More than anything you could ever know.
And I kind of chuckle to myself just like I did, and I go, there's a small. I look over at Leo. How would you say it? What's Peanut look like?
A small scrub. Poor
I just
man.
sit there and I shake my head again, and I look back down. He's small like you.
Can we hear them?
yeah, you guys are all close enough. It's fairly quiet.
Tattoo!
Yeah, he's got
Mention the tattoo on his bloody forehead.
Have you seen the tattoo on a man's forehead or whatever he is? He's small like you. Have you ever seen him running around?
Small like me. Is he a goblin too?
I look back. I can't remember if he's a goblin.
No,
Kinda.
He's definitely not a goblin.
Yeah, I didn't think he was
He's
a
a
goblin.
human.
He's a scrawny man with a bloody tattoo of a crow and a peanut on his bloody forehead. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
I feel like he was at some point retconned into literally just being Pony. Like he looks like Pony but with a tattoo on his head. Did we not do something like that?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Yes. I look down at him and I go, "Did you hear that?
There
You
are
know
lots
that
of people.
person?"
Many people with tattoo. It means they belong to the Rethnors.
But you know the one that has a peanut tattooed on his head. It'd be pretty obvious.
No.
Okay, can I
Son of
interfere
a
here?
bitch.
Can I interfere here? I'm getting quite agitated. Can I just pull the grate up?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Which one is that? Just strength?
Yeah.
Hit that.
You pull and this thing kind of moves and budges a little bit, and it's too heavy. You might be able to do
Bugger.
it with like 2 of you. As soon as you do so, though, you see the little thing down there like run back a little bit and go,
What are you doing? Are you coming to get me? Please, though, I just want a banana.
Oh no, we have bananas. We just need to come downstairs for a little bit, if that's all right, sweetheart.
Why?
I grab
I
another
need you to
banana
calm down.
straight out of her back,
Are you kidding me? I've not got many of these left.
and I
You touch
take
my
it,
last
and I
one, I
have
will
3
break your
bananas now. And I look down and I look at him and I go, in the next hour, do you think that you can find this man we're speaking of, or try to, and see if you can bring him here? And can we come down there, and if you do that, and you let us come down there and basically stay, maybe there'll be more bananas in the future as well. Can you help us?
give me a persuasion check.
You want to kill me, don't you? You've been tricked like this before.
Look, no. Look. And I pull out another banana.
Oh, you're taking the last banana!
And I look at him and I go, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't think, and I look at Leo, I don't think he wants to hurt you. And I look up at Kaval. She definitely does not want to hurt you. And I look over at the halfling, as I'm still saying. And there's no way right now that she's going to hurt you. She's way too drunk. And I look back, please, and I give him 1 banana.
He reaches out a little hand. It comes up and appears through the grate. It's really small, maybe even smaller than Maynard's hand. It's very dirty, but it's definitely like...
When he grabs it, I don't let go of it, though.
It's green, and he grabs it and tries to yank at it. As soon as you don't let go, he lets go and snatches his hand back.
See, you're trying to kill me. Why are you trying
No.
to kill me? Why are you
I
trying-
don't.
Why are you
I
trying to
can't
kill
kill
Tato?
you through this grate, and I can't kill you with a banana. My name is not Hal.
I just want a banana.
And I take the banana and I unpeel it. And I start unpeeling it, and I take it out, and I break it in half, and then I take a bite out of 1 half of it.
He
And I just sit there and I just look at him.
he says,
I'll give you a treasure if you give me a banana.
This is my bloody trade.
Do you
Damien.
think that you can find the man we're speaking of? And you can have all of the bananas in my hand right now. And then I break off a piece and I give him a little piece of the banana. And this time I let it go. I drop it right in his hand. Or I drop it into it. Whether he grabs it or not.
and says,
I tried. But I live in the sewer. So it's
Listen.
difficult to see up.
I don't
I
think
only
he's
need you
gonna
to do me
find
one
peanut
favor
for
then.
us.
Please, we're going to lift this grate up. We don't want to harm you. We just want you to take us somewhere that we could stay and at least lay down somewhat until the morning. We know it's not going to be great because it's the sewer, but somewhere that we could get back here right away in the morning, or at least by noon. I
give
assume
me
you want to roll
another
persuasion check?
persuasion check. This time you have to beat a 4. Yeah. He says,
Okay, listen. Tato will take you to a place. You can stay there. Tato will give you a gift. And then, Tato will try and find your peanuts. But, please don't kill Tato. And,
You have my word.
and give Tato the bananas.
As soon as we open the grate.
he steps back. You just hear him step away from the grate.
And I look over at Kaval. You want
Alright.
to try to open this with me?
Let's do this. I'll place my hands on the grate.
I also place my hands on the grate.
Yeah, between the 2 of you, you can start to move this thing, like lift it up. The 2 of you lift and strain. It's just a huge piece of cast iron, so it's ridiculously heavy, but not so much so that you can't move it. and you lift it and just manage to budge it out of the way. It'll be a tight squeeze for Kaval and a tight squeeze for Damien, but you can each jump down into the sewer if that is what you're all going to do now.
I look over at, after we get the grade up, I look over at Leo. I know that you don't want to go down here, and I already know that.
Can I grab him? Can I just grab him by the scruff tunic and just pull him?
There is no way I'm
come
going
in
down.
with me,
Go
pretty
behind him, like
boy.
shove him by his butt.
Come on.
Like,
I
come
will
on.
resist. I will not go down into the
Get
sewer.
in there.
And they're
What are we
doing that, and
doing?
as they're doing that, I start to kind of walk towards them. Like, it's just like, and we're all, like, he can tell that we're all just going to pick him up and take him with us.
Yeah, give me athletics checks, and Leo, give me an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
I am not.
Hey, that's pretty good. It's great. You're all like moving in towards him, and he's ducking and weaving. He's dancing out of the way, and yeah, you all kind of try and grab at him, and he just. It's like trying to pick up the soap.
Can I punch him? Can I just punch
Just
him?
knock him out.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
No. What?
Okay, what do I roll? Just
Roll to
Roll me a
Really?
d20. D20 plus 4. Nope, you fall over. You go to punch him, but but once again, you didn't see that Damien had just had a banana, and you slip on that banana skin, and boom! Not only that, you fall into the hole and splash face first. You're clean, beautiful, clean. No, you do nothing. You just stand there, and she just goes to punch you, and just Supermans into the fucking hole in the ground. She just Supermans into the sewer hole and splash. You just give me a d6 as you fall into the sewer, and you land in what can only be described as shit and piss.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
You land in such an awkward and heavy fashion that you take 6 damage as well. You boom, crash, stumble. You just land in all this poop and piss, and you slide forward and you crack your head on a thing, and you take all this fall damage. So you can reduce your HP by 6 points, your current HP, and let out a on the ground, and Leo just stands still, doesn't do anything. Yeah, you're just rolling around at the moment on the ground in this sewer. It's pitch black. You can't see anything down here apart from the very tiny little flicker of light coming from a hole above you. What are the others doing?
I as I look, because I'm not quite over there yet, and I just see him just like bouncing around, like they can't catch him. And like I just look for a minute, and I just start laughing, like as like everything's happened, everything. I've killed a man, I've cut him in half, and I look, and literally Leo is just like juking these 2 girls out of nowhere, because they're both drunk, so it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And I look at him, and I'm just like, Leo. Once I have money, I will help you clean your clothes when we get out of the sewer, which we will have money soon. Just
Money does not matter. I will not go down into the sewer.
And as he says that, I pull a javelin out and I throw it at his feet.
You know. All right. Throw a javelin. If you get a 1, you're gonna hit Leo. You just this javelin lands at Leo's feet.
And I just kind of look at him for a minute. I'm like, it's no longer an option.
Leo, you probably have some sort of weird PTSD flashback to the last time there was a spear type thing in the ground. When...
Yeah, I'm just more worried about the fucking dirt of this plebeian town.
Yeah.
That's in my head. I'm just like, in my head, he's not going to care that I just threw a javelin. In my head, he's like, I'm not going down.
It is dirty. It smells like shit. Even fucking Caval is covered in shit.
I can hear that.
Well,
I
it's
look
true.
over, I look down at Caval, and I go, how bad is it down there?
Help me.
Listen,
Well, this is better if we
Damien.
just went outside
I
the
start
walls.
walking towards him with just like a really like serious, like almost like a dad look. I got a dad look going on right now, walking towards Leo, because like I'm never trying to be mean, like to threaten him. It's always like a dad thing, and I just like start walking towards him. And as I'm walking towards him, I go to punch him in the face and knock him out so I can put him on my shoulder and take him down the stairs. That's what it's going to take to do it.
That's what Dad does, right?
All right, roll to hit.
I don't. What do you want me to roll? Because I don't have a thing for this.
It's a
so should I just roll a
D20
D20?
plus your strength plus 2.
Well, yeah, because I'm still in range right now. So
I don't
You
think
kill
you are.
Leo.
this is going to be rough, I think. Potentially, no, not too bad.
I don't think 11 is enough, is it, to beat your AC?
No, I don't.
What is your armor class, Leo?
Oh, did I just roll a jet? Oh, that's
My armor is 13.
13, yeah. So the Dragonborn starts heading towards you, and he sends a flying punch towards you, and you once again just dance out of the way.
Listen,
over at him,
listen.
and I
Damien,
just keep walking towards him like a dad.
I will check into a hotel. We will see each other in the morning. There is no way I'm going down into that sewer.
You think that they don't know your face? That you just took off with a person that killed what they think is probably one of the most powerful people in this town?
That was in the tavern. I'm going to the hotel. Or
What
the
hotel? You
other
don't think
place.
they're going to know who you are? You don't think that half the town already knows everything that's happening? Do you not understand what's happening right now? You're groveling about how you want to get not dirty, and you're sitting there, and you're still not continuing to come with us. And you're gonna go to a hotel and get yourself killed? No, that's horse shit right there. That's horse shit. That roll right there for intimidation is absolute horse shit. You all know it. Chat knows it. Brad knows it. Everybody in this channel knows it right now. That was at least an 11 in my voice.
It wasn't intimidating in Damien's voice, though.
Listen, I will see you in the morning. We will meet back here. But for now, I cannot go into the goddamn sewers.
He says that, and I walk towards him one more time, and I swing at him. I'm gonna do
Are we
it.
just gonna forget about me in the sewers, guys? Someone
Shut up!
Like lean down in the hole trying to help her out.
help would be great.
You can swing at him unless Leo. Are you like? 'Cause the thing is, everyone's been swinging at him. I want to give Leo a chance. Are you prepared for this? Do you think?
Yeah, I haven't taken a single hit. I'm fine. I'm just dancing through this shit.
All right,
All right, here we go.
Swing it in with disadvantage.
Oh shit!
So no, wait, he needs to roll again.
I have to. What do you want me to roll with?
It's just the same. You have disadvantage.
Oh my god, that was even better.
Pow! So an unarmed strike is 1 plus your strength modifier, flat damage.
Wait, me?
Tiger.
Wait, say that again.
1
I
plus
thought you were
your
talking
strength.
to him too. That was
No,
really
no, no.
weird.
One plus your strength modifier.
So there's what do you want me to roll? I'm so sorry.
No roll. Just tell me what your strength modifier is.
Oh, my strength is 4.
So this does 5 bludgeoning damage to Leo. That's all that happens, I presume. I'm guessing it doesn't knock him out. As this is non-lethal damage as well, I guess. He just punches you in the head, and it hurts like shit. But you stumble backwards and don't go down. You're gonna have a big old black eye.
Can we go back and say it was a slap instead of a hit? Like I literally just kind of like almost like a kid.
Dry backhand him.
Oh yeah.
Just a dry backhand. Yeah, just walks up and dry back of the hand to Leo's face.
Listen,
My beautiful face.
I'm not trying to be mean, but you're being so ignorant right now. They're going to kill you potentially if you go to a hotel. I am trying to save your life. And I look over at the halfling again, and I just look at her for a second, and I go, will you tell him as well? You're smart enough. You've been around. You're a rogue. They're going to take him if he stays in the hotel because they're going to know. And then they're going to ask him questions about where we are and who we are and where we've been. He's going to tell them.
Can I?
Leo, we can't stay here. I don't think we have to go. And I don't want to go in there, but I'm not gonna let you go to some hotel and get kidnapped and beat, and you don't tell them where we are, and I'm not gonna die for some pussy-ass men like you.
I'll be fine. Can I roll a perception to see how dirty it is down there? Maybe Leo can change his mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh Jesus Christ!
With like the look down. I mean, so the thing is with the sewer is that Kaval landed in the watery part. There are two. There is like a stone walkway on one side that you would, if you climb down the ladder, end up on.
Wait, there's a ladder?
There was a ladder. You Superman past the ladder and straight past the walkway and into the water.
I thought we were just jumping down the hole. I didn't know there was a bloody ladder. Oh my god.
There's like all of the ones that you can open up. There's a ladder that you can climb down. This is one of the ones that you can head down, and but the water itself is only like 2 or 3 inches. And then there's like
you say that wearing a full suit of armor, all right?
Then there's like a 2-foot walkway next to it that you can stand on. The whole place doesn't look clean though. It's not like it's clean down there.
And
but
I see
you won't actively have to walk in the pissy shitty water.
No, but I know it's there. Like Leo, Liam would not go down there.
Okay, could
There's
I,
no way.
as we're kind of going through this, could I take the butt of my sword and like go to hit him in the stomach and knock him unconscious?
You tried to hit me like 4 times. Okay, come at me. Come at me.
So what do I need to do that?
Just roll to hit with your rapier, and it's non-lethal damage. Yep. Right. So click on the word rapier on the right hand side, in the dice roller itself to see how much damage you do.
The shit out of him.
Just getting beaten up.
Just for being himself too, like
Right.
just for being like, just for not wanting to get dirty.
Yeah.
How do I?
So in the dice roller where you've just rolled the
Uh-huh.
21, underneath it, click on the word rapier. It'll highlight.
okay.
Yeah, there you go. 4. So I think that's enough to knock him out. Actually, wait. What did
What?
Did you do 5 damage to him before?
I did.
Yeah, you have 8 HP, so 5 took you down
Yeah.
to 3, and then this halfling just heads over and oof, hits you in the stomach with the butt of this sword, and you just lose consciousness through pain
Oh my.
as you're reduced to a stable 0.
As she hits him and he kind of falls over, I catch him over my shoulder, and I take him over to the thing, and I realize that there's absolutely no way that I'm gonna be able to get down there with him on my shoulder. So because of how intolerant he was, I literally just kind of like, because how long is the ladder? Like how deep is it? Like basically what I'm gonna ask is, can I take him by his hands and lower him into the water?
It's like
Till I catch
it's like
him.
10 foot, but Kaval's down there and she could grab him.
She's covered in shit. Don't catch me.
I take him and I
just
hand
grab
him down to Cabal, and I'm like, just put him in the water. Make him deserve this a little bit if you really want to.
Kaval reaches up and easily grabs him.
I'm not gonna put him in the water, Damien.
If
You
you
know,
don't put him in the water, I'm going to.
I mean, she's grabbing him
Let me just get
with
down here and go.
with poopy covered hands, and
I'm covered
his
in
fine
shit,
his
Damien.
fine clothes are already being manhandled by these
Yes,
poopy hands.
Yes.
well, I don't want to mess around with him too much. I'm gonna rest him up against the wall with his back against the wall and just pinch his cheeks with my shitty hands.
I'm passed out. Why the fuck would you do
Yeah,
that?
give me a D10, Leo.
There you go.
You will be asleep.
my God.
You'll be asleep for 3 minutes and wake up naturally after about 3 minutes. But for now, he's just KO'd. There's no waking him up. Does everybody go down into the sewer now?
I do.
I have no choice.
Do you?
And that's when Damien decides to stay in a hotel.
Hotel. Okay,
Can I? Okay, how deep is the water?
like 2 or 3 inches.
All right, we're good. I was gonna climb on Damien's back.
Oh.
You wouldn't do the fit.
Okay, so you head down into this into the sewer, and once you're all down there, you get a good look at the other little creature down here. Again, it's super dark down here, and none of you have dark vision, so you can't see very well. But you can, now that you're down here, you can just about make out maybe 5 feet away from you, just kind of cautiously watching you. There's like a little strange-looking fella. He's definitely a goblin. Very green skin. He's got like beady little kind of dull red eyes. All of his teeth are sharp and pointy, and he's got these long sort of flat ears that run to one side, kind of like an evil green Dobby looking thing. And the only thing he is wearing is a tattered blue cape and a brass crown. His little willy is hanging out. And he's just looking at you and regarding you, kind of like wringing his hands, nervously watching you each enter the sewer. And once you've all sort of settled and headed down into the thing, he says,
Okay, follow me, but be careful. There's some dangerous things around. Keep up.
and he just turns and just starts skittering off into the darkness, and that is where we'll end today's session.
Oh yeah!
That's you.
Screw you guys! That was in a hotel.
Oh my god!
Those bananas came full fucking circle.
I
We
swear
did
to
nothing today. We did nothing.
I must say
We
that
did
was
nothing.
a fucking clusterfuck. I like. Yeah, no.
So much fun though.
Yeah.
I'm upset. Last episode, I ended up covered in vomit.
And this
Now I'm
episode,
covered in shit.
yeah. Leo's got a few poopy hand marks over his finery.
I failed twice.
God, that was good.
Crit
Not
once.
just let me
Twice.
Brad, I don't believe I got stabbed in the stomach for what 11 points right away. What was it? How many points?
Yeah, it was 11. It was fucking bad. It was like
It was brutal. Were you just like, oh fuck?
oh fuck. Yeah, a little bit. Like he does. Thing is, he does a. I think that was max damage. I think he does a D8 plus 3. So I think he hit you for max damage on that. That's why.
It was beautiful. I really loved how the RP played out in that whole situation, though. I hope nobody hated me for talking too much this episode.
No, it was great. It was great.
I'm kind of glad it played out as it did, because part of me was gonna end up kissing the orc. And I'm so glad I didn't go down that path.
Well, you definitely got all the information you needed out of him. Oh wait.
No.
We didn't get shit.
We didn't get shit.
I love
'cause
how
we fucking killed him.
like kind of badly it went. He's like straight up fucking dead as well.
I mean, he was kind of meant to be dead. They wanted to, Peanut kind of wanted him dead anyways, right? So I mean, it works, right?
I wanted to go back and check his pockets for some info, but we were just running, so I figured like, no.
Well, we always know about the halfling.
Ooh, maybe
was in with the
next,
job.
maybe next week.
There.
Yeah, what am I gonna be
This
covered
is Dragon
in
Ball
next
Z.
week, for fuck's sake?
Next week. What do you say?
What am I gonna be covered in next week?
Yeah, every week we have to try and cover you in some other gross thing each time. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you ways of doing things. You just have to explore and things. But I will
was
say
fun.
that it wasn't the best way to approach the quest necessarily.
Do I have to lose my bananas?
Yeah, Damien.
I mean,
Fucking,
yeah,
let's fight him.
you gave all 4 of them to
No,
the.
he bloody pinched me bananas.
Yeah, he ate half of one.
I mean, realistically, I still have 3 of them because I
Oh
haven't
right,
given
so
it
you
to him
get
yet.
the you get the banana weapon,
You have
bastard.
3 bananas right now, but I
You-
guess they are currency-ish at the moment for this little weird.
Man, these bananas have been everything.
This weird little sewer goblin called Tater, who was in it. The reason, I'll tell you a little inside thing. I was in an offline. Oh, actually, half of it was offline, half of it was online with a campaign with Brotato, and during that campaign, our group went down into a sewer, and everything in the sewer was apple-based. You had to use an apple to get past doors, and the passwords were apple and things like that. And so I thought, it'd be funny if there was a thing in this sewer. And when I was thinking of coming up with a name for him, I was like, I'm going to call him Tater, and he asks for an apple. And he asked for an apple, and you said no. So I was like, okay, he's going to ask for some other thing next time. So it ended up being a banana. But the reason he even exists is because of Brotato. It was a little nod
Thanks,
to that
Brotato.
little campaign. And now your only lifeline at the end of that was this weird little side quest sewer goblin that I just threw
It
in.
came so amazingly full circle though, like it felt so almost planned that to come full circle to that.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't have died if you wouldn't have stabbed me in the stomach.
I was meant to get a little trinket from him, but someone took me bloody bananas.
He might
That's my trinket now.
He might still give you the trinket in exchange for a banana. He's
Oh,
giving you
yeah.
3 things. This is how his little brain works, just to give you an idea. He's giving you a trinket for 1 banana. He's giving you his service of trying to find Peanut for another banana, and he's giving you a place to stay for the night for the 3rd banana. That's how his little brain works. He's like a little neutral character, I guess. So there's your currency for how you deal with Tater, the sewer goblin. But yeah, interesting.
Rotato plays Tater.
yeah, we'll get him on to just literally NPC Tater. I guess we'll see how you guys deal with it next week. So, I don't want to say any more. We'll just have to see what the fuck that was like. The state you are in right now is crazy, and I did not expect it. Though I did plan for the orc to be really volatile. You know what I mean? Like the way that you first handled it by going in and sort of seducing him, I was like, that's an excellent way to deal with this. And the way to not deal with him is to mention any sort of fighting or big manly aggressive things. And he sees a fucking challenger, like a new challenger has entered the arena, who's shouting like, "Fight the orc, fight the orc!" Like, I just had like flashbacks to when I was younger in pubs and shit, and it was just like, "Oh, hello, nice to meet you." And the biggest, strongest dude in the pub would always be like, "Yeah, I'll fight you," and you'd be like, "No, please, no, that's not what I was saying, please." So yeah, like
So
the
basically,
way.
if I wouldn't have said anything, if I wouldn't have just opened my mouth, it would have been fine.
If you hadn't have opened your mouth, you probably would have completed the quest by now.
Would that mean I would have fucked an orc?
Yeah, we would have had like a gross.
I don't know.
food
I mean, I
threesome.
really.
I am a
don't know.
holy woman.
I have only contingencies. I don't have plans.
I
you know?
I liked the chaos that ensued from the way it played out.
I
versus
mean, it
being,
was
like,
a
a
really,
safe.
really fun
Yeah.
episode. And
We learned fighting, though. We learned fighting.
and
today,
yeah, you got
so
to do a
let's
little
not
bit
do
of
that
combat,
again.
which
Yeah,
so
maybe
you,
we should do that.
you get an idea of how combat works, and also you get an idea of how like it will just turn into combat. You know, like it's not like because I know we went for we were aiming for a low combat campaign, even though we got to like halfway through the 2nd episode. Tiger's like, "I'll fight him. I'm gonna cut him in half."
I was literally just trying to like egg him on, like to fight her, like because they were talking about it, and I walked out and overheard it, and I was literally gonna be like, I gotta see this happen, and I didn't even think about the fact that he might be like, "Oh yeah, fuck you."
Yeah. No, he's a super aggressive little dumb dead.
He made a huge
dead
mistake, so.
Yeah.
Now I'm covered in shit. Thank you
you've
guys. Thank
got-
you very much.
you've got to
too.
you've got to deal with the fallout of that tactic to approach in this quest. I guess is the
Yeah,
best
I
way
got
can put
cock
it.
blocked and covered in shit. This is.
Twitch
I fell on my
constantly-
ass twice.
Oh man, 2 crit ones on punches is just so. Oh man,
The funniest fucking thing.
2 punches and 2.
I thought it was gonna be like
epic,
super
epic
badass
fails.
and everything.
It's crazy,
This is like,
yeah.
This is gonna be so badass. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna slip on a fucking banana peel.
Yeah, so great episode, you guys. It was nice to be able to step back a little bit and let you guys do some more stuff because last week was very like DM heavy because it was episode 1. I was like, yes, episode 2. I had to just be like, what do? And you just fuck about. And next week we'll see how you guys deal with, I guess, the fallout from today and what happens for the next few hours in the sewer. So until then, I guess we'll do a couple of shout outs. We'll go around the we'll go around, see who is who and where people can find you. Let's start with Mr. Tiger Writer since he fucked everything up for everyone.
Wow. My name is Tiger Writer. I stream full time
Really?
Saturday through Wednesday, and I love Brad Woe.
Yay.
He's a great guy, and I want everybody to thank him for putting on this episode and also putting on this thing. And also, thanks for watching. And if you want to follow me, I'll actually be. Fuck, I keep forgetting that I stream literally
like 6
right
minutes
after this.
Yeah.
I don't get time. I'm gonna go shower quick.
You were all trying to punch Pony, and I was just sat there like, I tried to end this like 15 minutes ago, and it's just you lot trying to punch Pony into a sewer. I was like, man, I know Tiger needs to stream, and my aim to end this was literally about 20 minutes ago.
Priorities.
And you were all just like, we punch him, we miss. We punch him, we miss. Get in the sewer. No, get in the sewer. No, just for ages. And I was like, man, I feel bad because Tiger needs to stream. But yeah, everybody go follow.
If you ever go over,
Tiger.
it's totally fine.
So yeah, go and follow Tiger now. He's going to stream right now-ish. But before you do that, maybe go and give a follow to Awkward Kitty Inc., which isn't awkward_kitty, which is on the thing. That was basically because I had 10 minutes to do this thing before we began, and I was like, oh man, it all went wrong. This overlay is not quite correct or how I wanted it to be. But I knew that it was made at 5 to 9. So I'm amazed that I was almost about to use last week's one, but I was like, oh, but the artwork is too good. So I forced
That's okay. Well,
a broken overlay onto it. But Awkward Kitty Inc. is where you should go, right?
I'm Awkward Kitty. I stream 7 days a week, roleplay streams. You can follow me. It's been a blast. I'm super excited to get more of this. So if you want more calamity and chaos and crazy voices and weird psychotic characters, come check me out.
Awkward Kitty Inc. Head over, give Kitty a little followy. I guess next on my little list here is Mr. Pony Punch.
Hello, I'm Leo. I stream 6 days a week. I'm off tomorrow. I do music streams on Wednesdays, which is today-ish. And all other days I do role-playing games or variety and have a good time.
Nice, yeah. Give Mr. Pony Punch a little follow. And then,
please follow.
Last but not least, Ms. Cavill Ray, covered in shit.
Yes. Hi. Tune in next week to find out what bodily fluid I'm covered in.
We're running out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's weird to think about.
Mm-hmm.
We're running out.
Kiwo.
We'll find something.
My name's Kiwo. I go by Kiwi on because some bastard took Kiwo. God damn it, I play lots of video games. All sorts of video games. I play whatever the fuck I feel like. I stream whatever I feel like. I'm a professional streamer. Hi.
Yay.
Cheers.
That's a Kiwo.
Yeah, everybody go and follow Ms. Kiwion for professional streams. And then last and absolutely least, you can follow here to catch up or catch the stream next Wednesday. I do other streams sometimes as well, but not frequently because I am not a professional streamer. I am just a scrub, and I randomly do games. It's usually on Saturdays I'll do another game. This week we're actually doing a one-shot, which is a bit like a Monster Mash thing, which is similar to what it was actually how I met Pony and Kitty. We did a one-shot monster kind of thing. I'm doing like my own one. It's got a couple of streamers in it. So there's this one shot happening on Saturday. It's got Wolfsco Raw, Distracted Elf, and your boy Daquan and Peachy Pixel 8 in it as a bunch of various monsters with an evil alignment, and I don't know how that's going to go. Other than that, next Wednesday we'll be here. Me and Tiger will be on Fractured Worlds on John Sandman's channel tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be off the hook, by the way, Tiger.
It's going to be so good.
Because you've been arrested, your group, the other group. And we'll see how they deal with that and whether Tiger fucks that lot up as well. Or not.
Tune in tomorrow to see if I fuck everything up.
Tune in tomorrow and tune in next week to see. Because both of you play two sort of antagonistic almost characters, I guess.
Yeah, like Fugu Cakes is like, he's definitely not as like intense as the Dragonborn, but he's definitely like right now he's just really confused because he lost his fucking. He usually isn't as upset as he is or like as weird as he is, but he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's extra crazy right now, and the Dragonborn's just crazy, I guess. And we'll see some more of Damien and the others next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm off to go and have a little sleepy because I'm super tired. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Bye.
We sound so happy.
Best show online. This was great.
Bye.
Bye.